Ah. Oh. Oh. Okay. Hi Logitech. Hi Kisu. Hi Cairo. You still play Star Wars, right? I somewhat do. We've been playing it for our schedule days. I have not been playing it on my own at all. Hi Zuvi. I may or not have just typed "Cat be doing the laundry" in my browser to get here. That's funny. Kisu, you're in trouble. I saw what you did. I saw you tried to fix it with the cat be doing the laundry after Logitech and Icy Fire, but I did see that beforehand you put Scoots. So, you know, this is something that we just have to address as a community. Could you imagine if somebody was actually mad, like, you put the wrong emote in the offline chat? This is a problem. It needs to be addressed. Hi, Elder. Hi, Smile. No, we don't. I was dancing because it was 10 minutes beforehand, so it was too early to do laundry. If it's offline, it is not too early to do laundry. I've seen it at 2 a.m. Hi, Lost One. Hi, Icy Fire. This map is really, really pretty. Like, it's so pretty. It's so laggy. I'm sitting at like a 19 to 27 frames per second here. I don't know if I'll be able to stay here the whole time. Hi, Kodiak. It does have really cool flying. It has really cool flying. The problem is, the person who uploaded this map, they uploaded like a bunch of avatars that are just all like doing stuff. Like, they're all just fully loaded avatars moving around. And it's like, hey, that's really cool. Hey, my fucking frames. But like, look at this. Look at that waterfall. We're trying it. If it bothers me too much, if it bothers anyone that joins me, we're going somewhere else. Frames? No. Climb the waterfall, stop being a fish, and become a dragon. Hi, Dehi. The reason I was asking about Star Wars, though, was a streaming I was watching is playing it and doing giveaways for codes, and I've been entering. Would have been awkward if you were like, I'm never gonna play this ever again if I want one. No. I mean, even if I did never play it again, Kisu, I do highly recommend the game just for the single player stories. They're really, really good. And if you ever find yourself in a Star Wars mood, but like, oh man, Jedi Survivor is, you know, $60. I don't know if I want to play that right now or spend the money on it. You could go play Star Wars The Old Republic and do some of those single player storylines. Is it going to be as good as, you know, playing Jedi Survivor? God, no. But it will give you your Star Wars fix, and they're not bad. We've done Imperial Agent so far. In the past, I've done Sith Inquisitor, Bounty Hunter, and I'm not sure if I actually finished the Smuggler. I know I've done Inquisitor and Bounty Hunter. And with Non-Dairy, we're very close to finishing the Consulor. I don't like Star Wars? I love Star Wars. I don't love the era of Star Wars that they keep fucking making movies and stories about. I like it when characters have their one adventure. When it's like, hi Pixel, this character did their one thing, and then there's not a story about them anymore. The problem is, that's not what investors like. Investors are like, hey, they wrote a story about Darth Vader. Put Darth Vader in everything. People fucking love Darth Vader. So, like, now we need 50 stories about Darth Vader. I'm like, fucking, ugh, I hate it. It was $4 in May the 4th sale? Oh, that's a steal. Dad, I'm so sorry, Dehi. Guards are over. Friendship just ended. We were friends, jokes aside. Wow! Hoy hoy y'all, I'm so late. Oh my goodness. Emotional damage taken. Let me just crawl into my bed and cry a bit to heal. Finland mentioned Raw. Hi, air. I just never really got into stories. I was made to watch it too young. As far as Star Wars stories goes, it gives me a very ugh this again feeling. I see. Are we yapping about Star Wars again? We are. The thing about Star Wars, Kisu, is that the setting is fucking magical. The setting is like an infinite universe, star travel, things like Jedi Knights and Sith fighting each other, and all the people caught between. Like, the actual setting of Star Wars stuff is really, really cool. It's like fantasy for people that don't want to give up internet and TV, because those exist in Star Wars. I don't know. If somebody was like, you get isekai'd, I'd want it to be future stuff, not fantasy stuff. Star Wars initially doesn't sound that bad, but then it's like, well, it's actually, you know, pretty fucking depressing in a lot of areas for Star Wars. I really like the old Battlefront, though. Same. Now, history has taught us investors don't know shit and are dumb, basically. Speaking of Finland, do you know why the Finnish boats have barcodes on them? So they can Scandinavian. I will hit you. Smile, that's almost as bad as my Finnish joke. What stretch am I on? Oh, we're on this. I almost started doing squats. Finland is not in Scandinavia. Lego Star Wars was fun. I didn't care about the story, but playing with someone was fun. We're not Scandinavian. Fog, that's a good one, Smile. My Finnish joke, Smile, was it's my most viewed clip still. From like day 12. But Spacefish shows up in chat and I'm like, hey Spacefish, I've actually been learning some Finnish that I can, you know, talk with you more. And she's like, oh my god, that's so cool. What have you learned so far? And I was like, well, the Finnish words I've learned so far are close, end, completed, and done. Then I just go silent and stare at the camera. And she just ... I hate this. I'm going to send this to every Finnish friend I know. And that's a joke we stole from Zayla. I'm sorry, Zuby. It was a really mean joke. Star Wars, but instead of being an allegory to the Vietnam War, it's an allegory to Desert Storm. The entire Star Wars ends in a few months. It's okay. So you're not cool, Vikings? I'm so sorry for your loss. I'm best friends with Koyo. I'm used to the abuse. Wait, where is Finland? Unfortunately, most of us are femboys. Can confirm. I think that's the closest he's come to just admitting it. Come play RNS. RNS. Rabbit and Steel. I'm gonna get to Rabbit and Steel eventually. But right now I need to play V Rising and strike while the iron's hot. Hopefully Rabbit and Steel has some lasting power and everybody's still playing it in 2 weeks. Oh, Finland is Russia, NA geography. Y'all are all femboys there. What do you mean Finland is Russia? Respectfully die. I think you need to tone it back just a little, Air. Just a little. Hi, Techno Rave. Yelan, you are still my favorite streamer? Wait, really? That's very flattering. I am admittedly just like, no, I'm not. There's gotta be 1 or 2 others. Eventually, Yelan, so never? No, I probably will. I'm having a lot of fun with V Rising. Despite everything happening in V Rising being stuff that should make me fall out of fun with it. But I'm still having fun, so I'm like, oh god, I just love this game so much. Pulled up Rabbit and Steel, and those... And are those characters made by the artists I think they are? Oh. Did I not know what Scandinavia is? Is it just Sweden and Norway? It is not Tuesday. Yelan, you can play multiple games at a time. That is a few other countries too. Sweden, Norway, Denmark. I can, but like I'm falling behind in V Rising. Everyone else in V Rising is 60 to 70, and I'm 45. Like, I was one of the first on the server, and I'm pretty sure I'm like the least progressed. But Denmark isn't touching. We're at squats now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Imagine having touching countries. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know, because the artist is actually not listed in the credits? Oh, I don't like that. They might not have wanted to be, but... Denmark is touching Germany. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I was so bad, guys. I went to bed at 6:40. That is way too fucking late. That's the point where I'm like, my alarm goes off at 8:20. At most, I get an hour and 40 minutes. Should I be going to sleep? What the fuck? Go back to sleep? After the walk, I promise you I will. The characters look so familiar to an adult artist I watch. Billy Zooey. Nordic countries are Denmark, Norway, Faroe Islands, Greenland, and... Åland? I don't know that I've ever heard of Åland. You guys were messing with me, and now I just found out Scandinavia is actually debated. Isn't Sweden just Eastern Norway? I never mix Nordic and Scandinavian together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. NA moment. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think this camera is bugging me, or the frames are bugging me way too much. I think when we get to the walking part, I'm gonna go somewhere else. God, I fucking love this view though, but like, holy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 18 frames here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tell me you're American without telling me you're American. To be fair, Air, I'd like to see you name where all the states are. I think it's a little understandable to not know the exact location and history of every other country in the world. If we gave you a list of African countries and was like, all right, put them all in the right spot, you wouldn't. Hi.
Hello. I think it's the real-time lighting is what's killing you.
Mm.
Looking at it.
We went here yesterday, and it was cool. My friends
It's
were saying
pretty.
it was all the models that are loaded, because they're just like, there's just a ton of models around doing stuff.
That's like normal
Two,
Kikyo. That shouldn't be that laggy.
one,
At least I don't
two,
think.
3, 4,
Oh.
5. Maybe Finland's just ex-Sweden. I'll call ATF on you. You say it like it's a threat, error, ass. Europe, to the northeastern Americanized zone. Like, if I asked my British friend, he probably would know that Finland is only sometimes in Scandinavia. British. Hi, Kimmy. Put on the pom-pom for you. Because you're so fucking addicted and Final Fantasy pilled.
Are you doing planks? Yeah, you can do those. That's all you.
Oh, you don't want to join me?
Oh, okay. I'll sip my coffee.
Understandable. Because planking fucking sucks. Thank you, Crazy Kimi. I really appreciate that. Finland is never Scandinavia. Well, Mount Kupo. Yeah, but their
It
states
basically is. Okay, like, Era, half your guys' stuff is Swedish. It's basically Scandinavia, okay? Like, all the brands are, half the food are, a bunch of the signs are.
You don't have VR chat installed on this PC. It's like, not even a gig, is it? Shut the fuck up, you redacted on screen with you. We went to the bus to nowhere yesterday. Cause I ended in the Midnight Drive, and I was like, it feels weird to bring up this map and not talk about Bus to Nowhere. So I wanted to show it to Ellie. And we went there, and there was a doll that was like, you know, every doll has like a quote on it, the Fumos. And the first one she picked up goes, is this a redacted? And they look at me and they're like, did you do this? I was like, no. So my other PC bricked itself, so I don't know if this PC can run VR. Oh, okay. I've been trying to explain why they're not Scandinavian. Angie and Finnish. We're almost halfway. Sup, silly heads? Hi, Ellie. 90 seconds down, halfway there. It's so easy to trigger everyone from the region of the world, though. We take this shit as seriously as Americans with guns. I'm gonna say now, Finland's either Scandinavian or it's Russia. Wow. I'm probably gonna have to upgrade forcibly, Ragey. No! One more minute. 2 minutes down.
Air, it's literally like Norway and Sweden that fight. You guys are like third wheeling up there. Like, what's going on?
Uh, 35 seconds. 30 seconds. 20 seconds. 15. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Good job, good job.
Thank you. Okay. I want to... Where is it? I want to briefly fly around. Oh, that actually made my frame scope a lot. Just turning off the stream camera gave me like 10 frames.
Oh yeah, that'll do it. Mm-hmm.
I want to fly on these just a little bit. And then,
Yeah, these look goofy.
And then we'll go to, I don't know, somewhere else.
Standard.
These are just like, I don't know, decent-ish flying, although the controls were weird. It's like, you tilt your left control stick a little bit and you're like barrel rolling. Then I actually don't know how to get off of them. Hmm. I'm too dumb to like actually like make it go down. Ah. That pin one, I think that's pin one. That'll bring you to me. I paid my taxes, hell yeah. Any taxpayers? No. Wait, is that Cairo Koyokoi? It is Cairo. Never sub 20. You own streams like Finland's taxes, we get actually something good with our taxes. My computer's almost put back together, hell yeah. Yay, Ellie. Why was it apart? They just got a new case. Cleans later today, like whenever you're good. You're going upside down. The second I was standing up really screwed me up. Understandable, you fat. Get a patty mode, I second this. It is for certain on the list. It is not in the upcoming batch. I am seeing it right now. I'm like, fuck, why isn't it in the upcoming batch? It should have been. I don't think it is, though. Worlds. Ah. Um. I really wanted... There's a PSO2 episode 3 lobby. And it kinda sucks. I'm like, man, why did it have to suck?
No.
We'll go to Franca's Cafe. You can't go wrong there. Portal. Unfortunately, no. Wait, you get Femboy nudes after taxes in Finland? Unfortunately, no. Air, I'm so proud of you. Could you turn world audio down a bit? Oh, never mind. New case. Yeah, it probably can't. Well, it's about to go off, but... Episode 3, D's nuts. Okay, Kimmy. I also added my second kit of RAM to see if the BIOS update fixed the memory issues. Let's start walking. It's time we did that. And then I am on the wrong tab for that. I don't remember how many times we walked through this video. I don't remember if it was once or twice. I think it was only once. I didn't think much of Blade's Edge Mountains when I like first played it back in VC. And now I look at it, I'm like, that was a crazy fucking zone. Like, just... It looks so wild.
I'd agree.
I muted to
Oh yeah, do you
sneeze.
like the surprise, by the way?
I did. I muted to sneeze and then I didn't sneeze. I'm like, man, fuck. So I'll
I
probably
just got
sneeze like a
the
minute.
treadmill this week, so if I die,
Yeah.
I haven't
got-
done this in VR.
You've got something to put a hand on, right?
Ooh.
That's the big
Yeah,
thing.
yeah, yeah. There we go.
If Cairo dies, I'll holy. Okay, eat my biscuit but no drink. I think the amount of let's say the amount of cheeks in that avatar is okay by Twitch.
Oh.
But it is like
Is it showing?
a little
Tasteful cheek?
it's
I can
not
change.
it's not when you're like standing straight up, but when you're like fixing something just
Oh,
now.
when I bent over to fix my
Uh-huh.
treadmill?
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's fair. I'm doing a maid cafe and we had like a practice last night.
Hell yeah. Hi, Farisu. Farisu's like, it's tasteful, feels good, man. Anyway, if Cairo dies, I'll make you dress up as Cairo Yu when you bend down. Okay. I want a maid outfit. I just
That's
need to
fair, you
like...
can take it off me.
Yeah? Hell yeah. One of my favorite things is when people show off a new outfit. They're like, what do you guys think of the new outfit? I'm like, it looks great. It'll look better on my bedroom floor. And they're like, okay, Ewan. All right. Thank
Okay,
you.
you.
I shall punch my wall when I get home from the Scandinavian Nordic BS. Why would you punch your wall? Just like punch someone else's wall.
Oh my god, is that the Brightwing from HOTS? Oh my goodness.
I fucking hated that
I hated
chick.
that character. I
Yes!
hate that fucking character,
He's
dude.
so like the polymorph is just so like, oh my god, I hate this. And if you ever play a melee and you just get tornadoed out, you're just like, man, fuck you.
It's like Murky, but debuffs instead of just getting smacked.
What's funny is Murky was my main, so that one I'm like, well, nah, hang on, I don't know about
I
that
know.
one. But... I see. I had one match
You're-
as Murky where I got my team
You
so
have to be
far
a
ahead.
Milo Gremlin.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I got my team so far ahead that we just said, you know, I don't need to like get experience anymore because we're 20 and the enemy team is like 16. Like we just win now. And I got the second net ult that does the shark to go with it, so it does a shit ton of damage. And there was a Kael'thas on the enemy team. So I dropped the bomb. I slime. The bomb slimes. So he's already at like 60% health. And I
Yeah.
ult him. He's getting hit by the shark, and then the bomb goes off and he dies. And then we kind of push the lanes for a little bit. This is at the very end. He's dead for 61 seconds. My ult is 60 seconds. And so we push into their base. We get one of their, like, base towers. And then my team leaves, and his team is all, like, they're all... I think they're alive, but they're, like, running back to recover. And I kind of just stayed just far enough behind him. Kael'thas revives. He comes out of their base, like, literally just revives, steps out, and I throw the bomb down. It slimes, I slime, I ult him. He just dies right there on the steps of his fountain, and I leave, and I felt so bad. I was like...
Poor Kael'thas.
I almost
did he
wanna...
have quest?
I don't know.
Did he have the one quest where if he dies, he drops all the stacks? Because if he did, then F him. He's like the second I see a Kael'thas take that quest, I'm like, my sole mission in life is killing this guy.
I just felt so bad because, like, he was a carry, right? Like, obviously, his Murky, that's, like, the best scenario, finding a squishy carry on their own and removing them. That's, like, exactly what I should be doing as a champion. And he's probably thinking, you know, this isn't griefing. That's a good play. He's taking out the carry. But, man, it just felt so bad. And, like, I just wish I could have talked to him and been like, hey, man, I felt bad for that. That's the game. That's the character. You know, maybe you just weren't gelling with your team and on different pages. You know, get him in the next one, Tiger. I love Brightwing. Has the best voiceovers. Oh, God.
Oh, God, no. No, no, no.
Okay, punch a random granny and blame Kisu. Fucking, okay, so my friend Core, she has a job servicing all of the, like, casinos in Washington. So she does a lot of driving and does a lot of, like, changing out parts for these, like, slot machines. Slot machines.
Like slot machines, yeah.
So at one of them, she's like, you know, on her knees, you know, messing with the panel at the bottom. And this old woman just walked by her and tripped on her foot and fell down. Like, didn't trip on a toolbox, didn't trip on tools. Literally just ran into Core and fell over. And this old lady's like, oh my God, I fell over because of you. And it's like, what do you want me to do? Like, not exist? Like, watch where you're going.
Yeah.
But I thought of that with the punch a random granny, and it's like they got in Discord. They're like, these fucking grandmas need to watch where they're going. They're just walking out in front of me, not looking. We're like, Core, oh God. Just make sure she's protesting against human rights, and I'll take the blame nodders. One of my faves was Brightwing F. No, I'll punch an innocent granny. You're a terrible person, I know. That decides it. But it's not for the VIT. Finland is part of Russia for the VIT. Fuck you.
Okay, there were a lot of Russians in Finland and Estonia. And, like, all the signs are in it, too, okay? At least in Helsinki. It's hard to make judgments, because, like, the main place I went was, like, the capital. So it's hard to make judgments, but, like, that's where most people are.
For the longest time, I could never keep Norway, Sweden, and Finland straight. I just, like, they
like to pretend they're different. They're very they're very similar. They like to pretend they're different.
Oh no. I just
They're all gonna tell you to eat fish. They're all gonna tell you to go to a sauna.
Did you see the thing with Andrew
rye
Tate?
bread? No.
So Andrew Tate posted like a picture 1 or 2 days ago, and it's him in a sauna, and he's just like, oh, you know, I'm relaxing, you know, these are so comfortable, but I'm only in here as long as I have to be because, you know, I'm a man, you know, this is post-workout. And everybody's like, one, there's a thermostat on the wall, buddy. It says 56 Fahrenheit. You're not in there to, like, actually use it, whatever you're doing. Two, You're sitting on the kids' bench at the bottom. What are you doing? You don't know how to use these things.
Oh yeah, no. When I went in, because I was like at a hotel. It was like also like a skiing hotel. And I go in and there's just some Finnish guy up on the top bench, like spread eagle, just hanging out in the sun. I'm like, oh yeah.
Lovely.
I guess that's how it is here.
I aired Paragon.
It's very nice though. A big thing for them is like it's like freezing outside and you go in and you sauna and then you have like a drink afterwards, like a beer or something. It was very nice.
Hell yeah. Hi, Star.
Because they have air, you would know. What's the beer with the bear on it?
I'm so
The
tired
one
of
that's like all
coughing.
over Finland.
It's making my breastbone hurt. Hey, Star, etc. The beer with the bear on it. I
yeah,
feel like
I forget what it's called.
I feel like I'm just used to like half of that because I'm used to hearing the flag with the bear on it being from California. And so I'm like, this
Fair
isn't
enough.
this isn't like nostalgia or like, you know, triggering memories. This is something completely different. It's just activating like memories somehow because with the bear on it.
It was actually really funny going there because I love Alan Wake 2 because that came out in October, and then I go to Finland because it's a Finnish company that developed it. I'm like, hold on, these are like so many like Finland in jokes in this video game. What the hell? Very good game, but no, you couldn't play it sadly. That was probably my favorite game last year.
The worst place to be. Hey, why doesn't the California flag bear have two heads?
Yeah, why does it have two heads? Yeah, I know.
Oh.
That happens to me too. Because everyone's used to saying the new California Republic from like Fallout. The bear with the two heads.
That's funny. I was not getting it, but that's funny if that's in Fallout. Fuck the NCR.
Yeah.
I
Yeah, that's the
Nanodog.
NCR's flag.
Chatterino still says I'm offline. I might need to just like
And
reset it.
yeah, NCR's kind of lame in New Vegas. They're cool in 2.
All my homies hate NCR. Nanoda
Oh my
is
goodness, exhibits.
a newish friend of mine that they've been streaming Ease 8. And like
Oh,
I've been watching that just like I've never fucking heard of this game. I feel like I always thought I was a JRPG fan and now I'm just like I really did only know
no.
Tales,
They're very dedicated.
Dragon Quest,
Yeah.
and Final Fantasy. And after that I was like those are the JRPG series, right? And now I'm just like, wait, there's literally ones I haven't heard about. Oh god.
Yeah, my friend does like Trails of Cold Steel because he like he knows Japanese. He's like living over there. They basically, because like the games come out in Japan and then they'll come out like almost like a year later in English, right?
Okay.
So what they do is that they make like a play along script. So if you want to buy the Japanese copy, you can play with like a script of all the dialogue and like play along in the
that's
game.
fun.
If you're like a sweaty nerd who can't wait a year for a game to come out, which some people are.
Yeah. I mean, I don't remember how early I tried the Japanese patch for PSO2. I don't know if it was like within the first year of it being out in Japan. Because I don't remember if I was like, I can't wait, or I just, or it was when my friend pulled me into it.
Yeah, no, I played probably like a year or two after it came out. I remember it was still episode 1. So it was probably just a year after it came out. But man, I want to say, I don't want to say episode 1 was rough for base PSO2, but
NCR.
because I don't know if you remember like the Matterboard thing.
No.
We had to like do all the quests to unlock areas and stuff. Okay, then you came in at like episode like 3 or 4 or something.
The first thing I did was make a bouncer. So I think that at least had to have
Oh
been out.
yeah, that's episode 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so I was way late then.
So that they got rid of all that. So like they're after 1 through 3, they're like, hey, people don't like this BS system. We'll get rid of it with episode 4. So.
Okay.
Or no, wait, Bouncer was episode 3. I'm dumb.
NCR, we're like dead CR because fuck the NCR on God, NTR Eulans. Huh? House is the only correct faction. The Institute. No faction plus betraying every faction over actually supporting a faction. Good lord, that's a lot of work. Okay, but like Skyrim, Stormcloaks, or Empire. That's literally Eulin. Eulin Pretend Gamer. Huh? You just want to call your son
I
Dad?
do like Mr. House.
Also, as is tradition, got more art. Hell yeah. I knew one of the folks who did the official English translation of Trials in the Sky, and it's like a full encyclopedia of text. Good lord. Skyrim is for the Nords.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, you gotta imagine they basically like recreate a script for like a 100-hour JRPG. It's not gonna be short.
Yeah. And it's one of those things where it's like, if it has any amount of branching paths, that just adds so much to it. Hi, Smug.
Oh, to the confusion. Yeah, it's definitely like you need to have at least like some understanding of Japanese.
The confusion, yes, but also like just the amount of stuff that needs to be translated, right? So like, if there's a quest NPC that has dialogue that needs to be translated, that's like, you know, however many lines. But if it's like there's a choice you can make early on, and now there's this path with them that has all this dialogue, and this path with them that has all this dialogue, that's essentially double the work. Then there's Baldur's Gate that's like, all right, every NPC has 17 different paths. It's like, Jesus.
Yeah, I never played Baldur's Gate. I got in too late. It was at that point where like everyone was in group plays that had like 30, 40 hours. Because I'm like, it's hard for me to dedicate that much time. And like a lot of my friends are like, you know, I work, you know, like a normal, I work like 7:30 to 5 basically. Mm-hmm. And so it's like a lot of people are like, oh, we just want to super degen hours and stay up until 2 in the morning on Tuesday playing Baldur's Gate. I'm like, I can't do that. I wake up at like 6 a.m. Sorry.
I really loved a previous game of theirs, Divinity 2. And I played that with an ex, but we never finished. And then I was so obsessed with it that I didn't want to pass that profile. And so I would just make a new profile, test stuff out, like test different classes, get to the point we were at, and be like, all right, I'll delete this save and like make a new one. I realized that, you know, that relationship had at some point ended, and I had still not beaten the game. That had 400 hours in Divinity 2, and I had not been past Act 2. So I was like, hang on, this is a problem. I don't even know how many acts are in the game. So a friend basically was like, we need to finish this. Him and I super degen hours it, and banged it out really fast. And then since then I've beaten it like 3 more times with groups. But a lot of those have been like, this is a 7-month campaign once a week.
Yeah.
It took for fucking ever. But when Baldur's Gate 3 came out, I was like, I do not want to have 400 hours in this game without beating it. So I took Lost One, who's in chat, and I was like, you and I haven't played anything, let's play this. Just the 2 of us. We're not doing a lot of side quests, we're just banging this out. Just so that I can avoid the situation of 400 hours and not beating the game. I want to be able to watch like streamers play and not get spoiled. And so, it still took us like 50 hours. And then after that, I did a more in-depth playthrough with others. And that one was like 90 or 100 hours. And took like a couple months. But like the amount of like branching paths that every NPC has it's absolutely insane. There's an NPC at the beginning who she's watching over the Druid Grove. Because the leader of the Druid Grove is like out doing stuff fighting goblins. And she gets a little crazy and has decided she's going to seal the Druid Grove in shadows, like isolate it from the world. And these tieflings, which are hiding in the Druid Grove for refuge, they're not evil, but they're not like, the druids aren't really happy about them being there. They're like,
Yeah.
you can stay here until we do our ritual, then you gotta go. We don't care. We gotta protect our grove. And the tieflings are like, oh my god, these druids are awful. And like, they're not getting along, but they kind of, the tieflings depend on the druids. The druids very much just want the tieflings to go away. The tieflings keep causing problems for the druids as they see them. Well, this NPC, she's in charge, and she finds that this little girl of the tieflings stole an idol, and they got it back. They retrieved it, but she is basically holding the girl like captive and won't let any of the tieflings see her. And like, her parents are like, yo, give us our fucking daughter. And this girl, I'm gonna call her Snake Lady because she has a snake, she's like, let's kill the child. And this is right when you show up and you're like, hey, this is a child. I know you're mad, but like, you cannot go killing children. And she'll argue with it, she'll be like, oh, it's a parasite, yada yada. And it's like, look, we'll take her back to her parents, and like, we'll help you solve this problem. You know, we'll deal with the tieflings. We'll get them to go away. And most of the time, most options lead to Snake Lady just being like, all right, you deal with the kid, but you got to help me deal with these tieflings. You can just say, yeah, kill the child, do it, go for it, and she will kill the child, which will lead to a completely different branch of options. And then you can later on go on to like, do you fight the goblins and save the druid leader and bring him back or not? That whole has a situation, but it's like 3 pivotal moments that can cause the story of these characters in the Druid Grove to go somewhere else. You can do a story where the girl dies. Snake Lady kills the little girl. Then you go to the Druid Grove, and the bear dude, he doesn't make it back. Because if he makes it back and he finds out that she killed a child, he's like, get the fuck out of my Druid Grove. You don't represent nature. You don't represent anything we stand for. Get the fuck out of here, and chases her out. But if he doesn't make back, she stays the leader. If you save the Druid Grove, and the girl died, and the leader of the Druids doesn't make it back, then, like, when you save the Druid Grove, you have a party with them. And in that party, the parents of the girl, they literally poison her drink, the Snake Lady's drink, and, like, they're arguing with her. They bring her off to the side, and they're like, how fucking dare you? You're a monster. And she's like, I did what I had to save my grove and my people. They're like, yeah, well, I hope you're proud of yourself. How's the wine? She goes, the wine? Oh, God, you poisoned me. And she falls over, and she's, like, paralyzed. And she's like, what did you do? And she's like, I want you to feel helpless. I want you to feel small. And the mom takes out a knife and just fucking, like, stabs her. And at this point, you have an option of, like,
oh my god,
hey, maybe don't stab her. You'll be as evil as her. Or it's like, yeah, she's a bitch. Go for it. But it's like, it just has so many branching paths like that. And every one of them is voiced. They are all voiced. They are all just fully in depth. And that is the big appeal of Baldur's Gate 3, is that, like, every fucking NPC just goes that in depth. Alright, I'm way behind. Empire Stormcloaks are so dumb. Just pretend Talos isn't a god for a little.
I could adjust
recoup.
my treadmill anyway.
Okay. Then kill the Thalmor with the rest of the Empire. Imperial's bending over for those damn Thalmor. Unbelievable. Huh, Smile? You're going on the list. Also, on another note, Bruiser Rabbit is ridic good. Put me on the list then. The Stormcloaks are short-sighted fools. Rarebits W preferring the Stormcloaks to the weak sissy Imperials of the Skyrim area. I don't prefer either. In my first playthrough, I did the badass thing and killed the Emperor via the Brotherhood quest. I guess I can accept that. The Empire is only weak because they just lost a war. They're trying to get their strength back to fight back a victory. Stormcloaks just want to fight until they are wiped out. Fight for what's right. Skyrim belongs to the Nords, all according to the plan of the elves. Wish I got into Baldur's Gate 3. If they were strong before, they could have won before. Common Imperial El. They were strong. The Thalmor were stronger. But the Empire is able to grow their numbers faster than those brutish elves who don't make the bed breaking. Memory died. Gnostic reports no errors. Interesting. The fuck is Blood yapping about? Yes. Let it go. The Imperials have only failed and relied on the backs of one random prisoner every century to solve their problems after they massively fuck up. They're like a worse Star Wars Republic, except they do nothing good. Gobbling these nuts. I love the one where everyone just so happened to die because of you completely mishandling the situation. Except they didn't rely entirely on a single random prisoner. After Oblivion, the Empire flourished under a High Elf Emperor who was preparing for the Thalmor before he died, and the next Emperor was dumb. Imperial's so lame, some dude who yells loudly and crouches in plain sight sneaks onto their Imperial flagship and kills the Emperor for 20,000 septims, and then don't even retaliate. I'm enjoying this debate. I think I chose the Empire. Not because I had any idea what was happening. That was just like they gave me an armor and it was like, okay. Yeah, you did, fucker. Oh my god, we're at 1 mile already.
The one thing I know about Baldur's Gate 3, my one buddy, he was only like playing it when he was high, and he killed like the vampire companion guy you get, and one of our friends was so upset with him.
That
like when you meet him, you can like turn him in or something, I think.
The fan
and
base
like my friend just turned him in.
Is so
and
divided
like, I
on
thought
that
it'd be
character.
funny. But they were just like, I thought it'd be funny to turn this guy in.
It's actually impressive that they turned him in that early, because like when you meet him, you can either let him join your party or not. And what a lot of people do is they don't like him and they kill him right there. But like in Act 1, usually you should be around level 4 or 5 when you find this guy. You find a dude who's like, I'm a monster hunter. I'm looking for a vampire spawn named Astarion. And like Astarion's standing next to you. And so you can either lie to this guy and be like, we'll keep an eye out. Or you could just be like, you know, push your guy on the back floor and be like, here he is, this is him. He's pretty rude though. And Astarion himself is incredibly rude. It's Larian Studios really likes to do this thing where the origin characters that play along with your group are fucking hateable. They are almost all awful, and you do not like them because they are the worst people. However, as you learn their backstory, as you learn where they come from, and they get character development in the game, it's almost like a challenge to them to make you love them. Because when you learn what Astarion has gone through, and it is a lot, you really start to sympathize with him and really like, dude, if I had gone through that, I'm pretty sure I'd be pretty mad and bitter also. And like, he comes around and he starts like, really through his interactions with you, starts like maturing and growing. The thing about him is that he's a vampire spawn under like this very powerful vampire. And the vampire has like 7 spawns. And basically their job is go out into the city and get people to come back to the manor so that I can suck their blood. The vampire spawn never get blood. They get like rat blood, but they don't get the tasty human blood. And each of them do this in different roles. One of them is basically like, hey, go find criminals, beat them up, and bring them back here. One of them is like, go find orphans, people that aren't going to be missed, and bring them back here. Astarion is literally a prostitute. He's literally, go fuck guys, go fuck girls, bring them back to your place, and then they get pulled off to the side, and I get to suck their blood, and you get back out there, Tiger. And that's his life for 200 years of just meeting people, fucking them, bringing them back, and just like his whole life is like deceit and lies and getting people killed, and he gets tortured if he doesn't. And so he's very good at interacting with people. He's like very social. His social skills are good. But everything is a lie to him. Everything is manipulation. Everything is like, I'm keeping you at a distance. And then as you like, you know, do things, you regularly save him and stuff, and he's like, I don't understand why you did that. And it's like, we're in this together, buddy. And he'll like start to almost cry. He'll be like, okay, that's never happened to me before, dude. I don't know. Jeez, dude. And you're like, oh, do you want a hug? He's like, no, I don't want a fucking hug right now. Maybe. And like, he has a fan base. He has a people that are just like, God, he's so sassy, but fuck, man, he's just gone through so much that I feel so bad for him. There's like 4 characters in your party that are like that. And then there's 2 that are just sweet beans that like right from the get-go, they're just like, oh, we're best friends, I love you. And you're like, okay, I don't have to, you're not a fixer-upper. Hell yeah. And then the other 4, God. The other 4 pieces of work. It was the same in Divinity 2. You had 6 companions, and all of them were just like, I want to fucking strangle you. You are such a headache. You are so full of yourself. One of them's nice, but she's weird. She has like a demon living in her head, and so, she has baggage, you could say.
Oh my god, they're going at it about
I know.
Elder Scrolls lore.
I know.
Oh my goodness.
Yule and I have started looking at Etsy cyberpunk and techwear options. Rip my wallet. Oh no. If Nerevar wasn't busy enjoying the pleasures of the plains of oblivion like Flame Masternax, they would have ended the Thalmor threat before it began. I didn't recognize like 5 of those words. Nerevar I didn't get. Oblivion I know is the game. Flame Masternax. Yeah. Thalmor.
Nerevar's like the player character. It's like from the text-to-speech. I'm sorry. That's the only thing I know about Oblivion is the text-to-speech memes. Or the AI.
I mean, the war between the Imperials
Because he was like the first one.
Is just all around stupid, because if they were not dumb as fucking work together, they could overthrow the elves faster. If they too dumb to pry to side to work together.
Sorry. Yeah, the Digoth, that's it. The Digoth or TTS voice, just in everything when that came out.
That's my point. If the Stormcloaks swallowed their pride and pretend Thalos wasn't a god for a small period, while they and the Empire recuperated after the war, they'd have the strength to wipe the Thalmor out, minimizing the risk to their own factions, and could do it with the strength of Talos behind them. Fixer-upper, but they remain loyal to you forever, versus non-fixer-upper, but they betray you in the end, but then come back crawling to you, are the 2 characters I live for. Nerevar is the protagonist of Morrowind. Dagoth, or TTS. Hi, Jan. I played a bunch more V Rising yesterday. My castle is starting to finally look like a castle. I literally had a 9x8 box before that was just...
Oh, you had a Minecraft house?
I was literally just...
These are the chests, this is the shit?
Yep. It was like, this corner's where I'm putting all the, like, crafting and refining. This corner's all the chests. In the middle's the portal. My bed's over there. I finally have rooms. I have a 3rd floor. I don't have anything on the 3rd floor yet. My 2nd floor is starting to look fleshed out. My 1st floor is set up. But, it has a lot of extra stuff in it because I don't have anything for the 3rd and 4th floor yet. Or all the stuff that would go on the 3rd and 4th floor. I don't have the flooring for those yet, so they're just down on the 1st floor in the middle of shit, but it's starting to look pretty. The last time I played V-Rising, there wasn't like multi-floors at all. And so it was almost like a...
Oh, okay.
It was almost like a maze. Because it's just like, it just keeps going into the distance, right? And now, being able to go up, I'm like, oh my god, this is so nice. Plus, Ulfric Stormcloak is an unknowing pawn of the Thalmor. So he is stupidly furthering the elves' goals because he doesn't realize how dumb he is. Castle, Ulfric dumb as hell. Doesn't make Imperials less inept. in V-Rising, Jan. Your base in V-Rising, in past updates, it was on the ground floor. But in the update that was like 6 months ago or something, they made it so that like you can have levels to your castle. You can have up to 4 floors, which makes base building so much nicer. Oh my god. Common Ulfric moment. I demand Markarth. Did you guys know about Risk of Rain Hostile Worlds? I completely missed this and learned about it yesterday. It's a Risk of Rain mobile game they're making. Which mobile is like, I don't know about that one. But it doesn't look bad. It looks like it would be Risk of Rain, but it plays like Hades. Which, if I can do that on PC, I'm fucking interested in that. It looks like it has all of the old characters returning, and it looks like it's not out yet, but it looks like they're planning a shit ton of new characters. I saw Rocket Man, Field Doctor, Duchess, Unbound, Technomancer. I was like, oh my god, they are literally planning a shit ton for this game. And I was like, that looks fucking fun to me. It does have co-op too. So it's like you can play with 3 other people.
Oh, yeah.
Racket Man? Rocket. I know nothing from this game. Yeah, I really love Risk of Rain 2. Risk of Rain Returns was fun, but if somebody asks me, do you want to play this one or that one, I'm going to tell them too. I'm an Acrid main. What about you?
I do not play, unfortunately.
No.
I've never played.
Oh, that's a tragedy. It's one of those, like... It's one of those games that you feel like almost everyone has played it. And anytime someone gets in the mood for it, like, everybody just briefly for, like, 3 days, they all play it. It's very easy to just, like, pick it up and then be like, oh, yeah, I had a bunch of fun with this game. Let's play a few rounds. All right, that was fun.
It's the same way. I had a friend that like multiple times they're like, yo man, you want to play Deep Rock? I'm like, I'm sorry, I don't have it. And then they kept asking. Like they asked me like a week later, it was like, yeah, you want to play this? I'm like, I was like, I don't have that. I told you. They're like, what do you mean everybody has it? I'm like, no, I don't have it.
I didn't have Deep Rock for a long time. I still feel very noobish at it. I don't have most of the weapons unlocked. But I have finally, like, prestiged one of the classes. My experience with Deep Rock was I played it for the first time with a few friends. And then I had a group that had been asking about Deep Rock for ages. And when I finally had it, they were like, wait, you have Deep Rock, let's play. And I was like, yeah, okay. And, like, the 3 of them had been playing so long together that they all ran a mod that invalidated the 4th class that none of them played. And so one of them was the driller, one of them was the soldier, one of them was the engineer. And I'm like, I'm not doing as much damage as you guys, but I'll make sure to keep the lights up because I was a scout. And they're like, oh, I've actually got a mod that just it's bright so I don't have problems seeing anything. And I was like, what the fuck, then why am I here? And they're like, oh, I guess that does suck and you're not really doing anything. We'll take the mod off. And like, when they took the mod off, they were like, God, this fucking sucks. I remember why we put the mod on. And like, I'm shooting the ceiling with one of the light bulbs and like, thank you, Yulin. Oh, that class does something. I was like, yes. That's, yes. It's been too long since I could discuss.
It seems like my kind of game, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
It's been too long since I could discuss and rant about Elder Scrolls, but Ulfric was a terrible negotiator in that quest. Markarth, okay, but the Imperials get Riftrun. Fuck you, this isn't fair, I am leaving. I retain my belief of removing all essential NPCs in any game, making my own decision and betraying a faction the moment they lose their way. Looking at you, Brotherhood of Steel. Bro Scout is so fun to play. I really like the Scout because it feels like I can just separate myself from the group and play objectives. I feel like I can just let them deal with all the bugs and problems, and like I can just keep everything lit, find the objective, bring it back to the launch pad or whatever, and like by that I'm helping. Cause like the Scout, they do damage, but it's an FPS game, first person shooter, so I'm just like shit at it by default. And then I also just have low weapons compared to everybody, and so it's like I will see like an armored bug pop up, and I'll be shooting it, and it feels like I'm fighting this thing for like 30 seconds, just like fucking crazy fight, and then somebody will come up with a flamethrower, like a second one will pop up, and I'll be like, oh god, another one? And then somebody will come up with a flamethrower and torch it in 2 seconds. I'm like, okay.
Why am I here? Yeah,
why am I here?
That's why we talked about Monhunt, and it's kind of nice. You can kind of reset yourself, but it's like, I don't know. I hate playing like a new game with people like, oh, it's easy. This is show you the ropes. Come play.
Yeah.
And then you're just basically like getting like walked along.
Yeah.
Like they're holding your hand, and they're just doing everything for you.
I definitely feel that in Deep Rock, but that's like, it's kind of just pigeonholed me into Scout, because even if I'm not doing shit for damage, I can be hella useful. Because like, if like there's stuff up on the ceiling and it's like, oh, we need to go get that, it's like, I fucking got it, guys. At the worst, I'm collecting nitrite for the group so that we all have ammo, and everybody's like, oh cool, we've got plenty of nitrite, and I'm like, yeah, that was me. Scout, TF2, hop on TF2. Scout, I prefer being the driller. You get to weak point as Scout, to make it easy to kill things? Okay. I typically do shoot the weak points, but it feels like I'm never going to kill it if I don't. Oh wait, we are actually talking about Deep Rock.
I had a friend that was actually like helpfully unhelpful in Stardew.
Oh no.
So they were one of the new ones that hadn't played before, right? Mm-hmm. And you get the quest to like build a silo. And I explained to them how to do it because they wanted to do it. I'm like, sure, go for it. We need one eventually. And so they go out and they get, you know, all the resources to use it. We give them some resources and stuff like that. And they're like, here, I'll be right back. I gotta go pick up my food. I'll just log off. And so the silo gets built when they're offline.
Uh-huh.
So it doesn't count towards their quest.
No!
So they come back on and like, what the hell? Why is my quest not done?
That's
and they're like,
so
oh, sorry.
tragic.
And so then what they did without telling anybody is that all they did was farm for a second silo. I'm like, we don't really need that. I know it's like your OCD at this point, but I was like, in Stardew, you're gonna kill yourself if you're trying to do like every quest.
Yeah.
It's like OCD the game with quests.
It really, dude, I learned just sit on them so early. I learned, like, if you've got 2 pages of quests, it's gonna be fine. Just look at them now and then be like, oh, I got this now. I can go and bang that out.
Yeah, well, because like everything, it was like, where do I get there? They're like, where's Robin's axe? I'm like, oh, it's here. Where's Linus's blackberry basket? Oh, it's here.
Uh-huh.
You know, it's. And so they're asking for help with everything.
When my friend played Stardew, oh god, I told him to play Stardew just because, you know, it's a great time killer game, right? And he was in a mood of like, there's nothing to play. What do I stream? And I was like, just stream Stardew. Even if you don't like it, it's got a lot of base building, so you might. And if you don't, like, you've got it already. So just fucking, you know,
Yeah.
try it. But he plays it on his own the first day. And my god. Bye, Smile. Sleep well. He would not stop hating on the targeting system. And like, the way it very specifically works is you click to use something like a tool, and it will go where your character is facing, unless it's the 8 tiles around you, at which point you could be facing up, hit the tile to the bottom right, and you will hit the bottom right tile. But he was just like, I hate this so much. Oh god, why is it like this? If my mouse is close to me, it targets here. And he's just like using a pickaxe in air. And all the veterans are like, you should stop doing this. You're on day 2. Your energy is going down really fast, man. And he's like, but if I'm looking away and my mouse is far away, it goes in the direction. I hate that it's like this. Why is it like this? And we're like, oh, please stop using your pickaxe like that. He loses energy and he passes out right there. And he's like, oh,
Of course.
I guess I used all my energy. He goes into the next day. It had been like 3 p.m. or something. Goes in the next day, missing 30% energy. Does the same thing, just showing us the pickaxe mechanics. And we're like, boss, please. Passes out again.
Oh,
He,
his
like,
boss. That's funny.
He doesn't understand why he's passing out. And we're like, okay, look, when you run out of energy, you get fined 10% of your gold. You only have 500. You're down to 416 now, buddy. Please. Just like,
Oh,
just
for
don't.
his sake. Yeah, because
It was.
we're on shared wallet. So if somebody does that, I'm like, you better not do that because we're resetting if you do shit like that.
It was like he was complaining about something and creating a whole new problem for himself. Now thankfully, the next time he played, he had me and another friend, Benny, play with him. And he was like, oh, this is really fun with friends. Because if he ever had a question, we'd answer it. And, you know, it's just always more fun to play with friends than alone. At least, usually. I didn't want to get sweaty and just tell him what to do. So all I did was fishing. All I did was fish, sell the fish, provide him with gold. And he'd see, like, the bag. He'd be like, oh, my bag sucks. I wish I had a bigger one. Well, you can buy one for 2,000. And he'd have the gold. Whereas, like, if he'd been alone, he'd been like, I have 300 gold and it costs 2,000. Fuck. But you said helpfully unhelpful. And I was like, I was expecting it to be like what I was doing. Where I was just making gold, but like literally only giving the bare minimum of information. Like if you ask for it, I'll tell you. But if you're like, ooh, prismatic shard, I can give that to museum. I'm sitting there going,
Oh,
everybody's got to learn. Everybody's got to learn. And if he was like, should I be giving this to the museum? I'd be like, well, actually, there is a thing you can do with it. Please ask me.
Yeah.
But you'll
it
never
was,
want-
actually, we got our dino egg super early. So our one friend, she was very excited because she got the dino egg from fishing. I'm like, do you want to know something better? Because she like loves animals and stuff like that. I'm like, you can incubate that. And she's like, oh my god. And so she put it in the incubator. She walked in and checked it every single day. She wasn't helping the other person. And so now she goes in exclusively to pet the dinosaur and then leaves. Doesn't pet any of the other animals. She goes in, pets her dinosaur, and then runs out.
We have a similar situation in the 8-man where one of our 3 fishers got a dinosaur egg really early on. And so they were like, we need the coop. We need the level 2 coop. And so we kind of rushed it. I bought 2 chickens. I was like, remember, if anybody like wants animals there, you can put animals there. I'll pet my chickens because that's farming experience. And if you don't want to pet your chickens, I'll pet them. If you do want them, I'll make an effort to not pet them. But I've got 2 chickens there. And I will be mad if people are petting my chickens instead of me. And like... Nobody put any animals in there. And then they caught the dinosaur egg. They're like, we need to incubate this right now. And so now I have a duck and 3 chickens. And then there's this dinosaur that I'm like, not you, hands off you.
I didn't remember it taking that long to incubate either. That shit took it felt like a whole month in game almost.
It's like 18 days or 14 days or something.
It's crazy.
Elon never wants to play Brute Force for the original Xbox with me. This is the first time I've heard of Brute Force, Farisu.
What is brute force?
I have no idea. Elon doesn't like Pet NTR. Farisu! Farisu's a fucking freak. When she streams, it's gonna be Castlevania.
Oh.
It's gonna be a Castlevania Symphony of the Night randomizer. And she's gonna do it in 4 hours.
That's fun.
Every fucking time. It's fun. It's great. But, like, that's all she streams. It's just that once every few months. And it's like, hell yeah. But do you want to play another game? Stream more.
Oh my god, I actually know what brute force is. My friend had this. What the hell? It's like a third-person shooter. I remember this.
I don't know.
That's an out-of-pocket game there. It's like weird. Like the Xbox, I feel like is such an enigma of a console because like everyone just owned like a PlayStation 2 or like a GameCube. Like the only people I knew that had Xboxes are like, yo, I got Halo, and that's it.
I was a Nintendo fanboy, so my first console was the Nintendo 64. And when the GameCube came out, I got that. I eventually got a PlayStation 2. I got the really thin, like, PlayStation Lite one. And basically I only got it because my friend had a game called Samurai Warriors. Eventually I got an Xbox. I don't remember what game I even got it for. But I know most of my friends at school, they had Xboxes. It was like everybody had an Xbox, a few of us had GameCubes, and then I think most of them also had a PS2. They all played Halo. They all fucking loved Halo. And I literally only got it just to like play the same game as them, and I was like, I'd rather play any game on GameCube more than this. Miss me supporting Sony in the Xbox, GameCube, PS2 era.
Is Sony for you? That's a good one.
We're at
Yeah, I never heard
2.21.
Nintendo toddlers until my friend brought it up, and I was like, oh my god, that's such a great acronym. Cause like I didn't realize, cause I'm like, yeah, this game's bad. That's the majority consensus, right? And then you look at like Scarlet and Violet sales, and you're like, oh, people will actually just buy brand name thing. That's just how it is.
It's so frustrating. But like I went through an era where I was just, my personality was becoming, you're gonna talk about Blizzard or you're gonna talk about Pokemon in front of me, I'm gonna very vocally shit on them and complain about people that support these things and buy them. And I realized I had a few friends that like, you know, they work a tough job. You know, they work 7 in the morning to 8 at night, come home, and they're like, I just want to play Pokemon. I don't think the games are as good as they used to be, but I'm still in my happy place when I'm playing Pokemon. And I was sitting there going, well, you shouldn't be because the games are bad and you're the problem. And I was just like, I had that realization. I was just like, man, I feel like such a shitty person right now. I'm so sorry.
It's hard to be like, hey, don't waste your money, but at the same time, hard to not be like, stop having fun. You're not supposed to have fun, you know. It's kind of hard to like, because like, you know, sometimes it does come out of a place of like genuine ignorance where your friends are like, I don't know, I just bought it. I don't know, you know.
I had one friend, and I love him so dearly, but he was like, yeah, I bought Scarlet and Violet. I bought both. And I was just like, whoa, how can you do this? And he was like, dude, I like Pokemon. And that was the wake up call for me. I was just like, all right, I gotta chill.
That's why I love all my Fire Emblem friends, because like my group of friends, like a lot of them play Fire Emblem, and like they bought like both the Fates games, and they're like, there was actually three, like there was two, and then it was like a Pokemon situation, and they're like, yeah, they're bad. like they'll fully admit, they're like, yeah, they're bad, I'm still gonna play it.
Hi, Star. That was Star Pixel.
I think that's ultimate dedication. If you can like hate a game game and still buy it and be like, yeah, it was bad.
I don't
This
know if I'll
is-
buy like multiple copies of things and be like, yeah, this was bad, but I'm still gonna buy another. I'm fiercely loyal to the Tales series, and Tales of Zestiria. Like, if it comes up, I'm sitting there going like, this game fucking sucked.
Oh yeah,
This
yeah,
is
the game's
so bad. I
Yeah,
hate
know.
it. But like, you know,
All
I
my
didn't.
friends complain about it.
I didn't go into it knowing it was bad and then buy it, right? I bought it, was like, oh boy, new Tales game, played it, I was like, what the fuck was that?
Oh my goodness.
Avoid
Yeah, no, my friends for the longest time, because my friends talking like gibberish speak, so I only knew that game as Zesty Nachos, because they called it Tales of Zesty Nachos. So I was like, I don't actually know the title to this game.
It's really funny.
So like, people are like, why are you calling it that? I'm like, I don't know the real name. That's what my friends call it.
Farisu only ever complains about people not playing the game she wants to play. But I don't see her offering to play games other people want to play. I paid money to play WoW with you, and he asked me to play WoW. You were already playing WoW. Don't even with that. Yeah. The fucking God, when the rubber chickens were like the meme, and everybody
Oh,
was
the
just
meme?
making videos with them.
Mm-hmm.
Stop having fun. The ultimate betray. Holy shit, what was that? That was Star running by, and then doing one of their animations to just fucking die. Stop calling me out, man. No, I love you.
Can I say a hot take about the video? By the way, I hate this zone. This zone sucks.
So, like, going back to any BC zone, I don't think any of them are fucking good. Just questing back then is just such a slog and process that, like,
I like the Grand. The Grand's nice.
Nagrand's nice, but even the quests there are just like, oh my god, I would very much prefer modern quests. I almost never...
Well, yeah, for sure.
I almost never go back to level in BC. The actual zones, though, I think Hellfire Peninsula was... I think it was good going
It's cool.
into it. Going into that
Yeah.
and seeing the crazy sky and seeing the dead landscape was like, holy shit, this ain't your parents' World of Warcraft anymore. Like,
We're not on Azeroth anymore,
Yeah.
boys.
yeah. I think Zangar Marsh is a really cool aesthetic.
Zangar Marsh is cool.
Terakar Forest, I didn't really think much of it initially, because I'm like, this is just a forest.
It's like okay.
But the Auchendawn just fucking blast zone. I feel like that's cool. Nagrand was, I think, everybody's favorite zone. In that expansion, just because it was so pretty and like, I don't know, just rolling savannah with like floating
Had
islands.
the
that have
PvP
water.
area in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
It was great.
Nagrand was good. Blades Edge Mountain, I don't think I liked it at first, but I think I like it a lot more now because I just look at it and I'm like, it's one of the craziest zones in World of Warcraft. It's so
It just looks
fucking,
insane, yeah.
It's so fucking insane and unique compared to like anything now. And like, zones look good now, but like, they come out with their 5th Druid Forest. They come out with, you know, another just like beach shores that's like, hey, this is where you land in the zone. It's like, oh, okay. It feels like we've done a lot of those before, but we've never done something that's like Blades Edge Mountains. At least not that I can think of off the top of my head. Netherstorm was cool.
Netherstorm's cool.
And Shadowmoon Valley, it started them going on
Shadowmoon
this
Valley's
trend
cool.
of like, we need to have zones with no music that feel depressing and like, this is the end, there's no life here. And like, making walking videos of Shadowmoon Valley and Ice Crown was so miserable because I was just like, there's no music here. Oh god. Why did they do this?
I thought it was really funny how like I was talking to a friend the other day and like how if like you only played Legion, you think like Illidan's a good guy. I'm like, this is the guy that had the slave pens.
Yeah.
He's not a good guy.
Yeah. Waiting
But
for
like,
his
if you
own.
only played Legion, like if you came in for it, you'd be like, oh yeah, he's a cool dude. He's like an edgelord, but like he's a hero, right?
If I had a friend that came in for the Argus patch, and he was like, dude, that I am my scars and like sticking up for himself, that was really cool. I was like, well, he's done a lot of not cool, but like
Yeah.
he did look cool in that cutscene. Waiting for his own better than Ghostlands Duskwood.
I love Duskwood, but I love like horror themed stuff. So it's like a kid. I got the Duskwood. I'm like, yo, this is so cool.
From Vanilla WoW, I think I liked Winter Spring the most. But that
Winter
one's not
Spring's
fair.
nice.
Because one, I like snow zones. And two, I had a close friend back in Vanilla where we were getting close to level 60. And like we would just oh my god, you are so full of energy today, Star. We would just like hang out talking in Winter Spring. Like we would do quests, and then she'd be like, you know, I gotta get dinner, and I'd be like, okay, and then she'd eat dinner at her computer, and we would just sit there talking for like an hour. So like it's really hard to compare that to other zones where like I leveled through them solo. It's just not fair because that one just has so many good memories.
One zone I actually didn't remember when I played it in Classic. I really liked Fellwood's questing.
Okay.
I didn't remember it. It was like a weird out of pocket one. I'm like, oh, this weird zone. It fits the level like gap. Let's do it. Well, because I played Horde for Classic,
Right.
which I had never played Horde in like vanilla. So doing it from that experience, oh my god, they are so spoiled with the blend. That just goes from Undercity to Org, like right there.
Yeah.
I was like, why did everyone not just play Horde in Classic? Like, why would you play Alliance? You have to like do this stupid gauntlet from like Dunmoreau all the way to the, you know, through the marsh, just to like take a boat to the other side. Meanwhile, you just come out of Oregon, bam, you're over on the other continent.
Yeah. They did have the tram, but that keeps you on the same continent, so. Yeah, the blip.
It's just like, yeah.
BC, I like Nagrand the most. In Wrath, I think I liked
It's just all the
Dragonblight
Force
the
zones.
most.
Oh, Dragonblight's cool.
Hi, Faye Lily.
I liked the Dragonflight quest where you go to like Dragonblight and it's like all the Murlocs.
Yeah.
It was like in the bronze area.
Uh-huh.
That was one of my favorite Dragonflight quests where like they had like Murloc versions of all the characters that were like puns on their names.
I like that it was like silly time travel. And it's like, we're not doing this again. This isn't going to be like a whole expansion of time travel. This is like one little joke. Haha, they're all Murlocs. And then they give you the fucking Heart of Azmerloth, which is like, okay. Okay.
That's it. That's what I loved. I fucking lost it at the Heart of Azmerloth, and like they even made a joke about it being annoying, and I was like, okay, WoW might be back. It might be back.
That was definitely a good quest of like, you motherfuckers. Okay. All right. Good one. Yeah, I think I just liked how dragon themed it was and like all the different dragon shrines. I think I'd have been like 17 when I first did this, maybe 16, and I was just like, no, I would have been 17. I was just like, dragons are so cool. And then, oh god, this was the expansion where I remember stopped thinking dragons are cool, because I had a friend in the guild. She was not good at the game, but she was playing the same class as me, and I was pretty decent at Death Knight. And so basically the guild leader said, hey, can you teach this person how to play? Can they sit with you? I was like, yeah. So we became friends. I taught them how to play. I was the type that like fell in love pretty easily, but like I wasn't gonna be weird and be like, I like you, huh? So I kind of just bottled that shit. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and then I started seeing, just them being a girl online, dealing with people that didn't bottle that shit, and would like meet them day one and be like, "Wow, you're so cool. Do you want to be my girlfriend? We met yesterday, motherfucker." I saw that happen to them. I saw one guy. He's talking to her, and she mentions like, "Oh yeah, you get a dragon mount from Ice Crown? That's sick. Dragons are awesome." And he just went, "You think dragons are cool? I think they're cool too. Read my name backwards." And his name was like dragons backwards. So it was like Snogard or something. It was just like,
That's so funny.
I remember seeing that and being just like, I never want to be like this. I never want to be perceived as this.
That's funny.
Duskwood is so nice.
My name's the same backwards, but
Wait, so your name
I
is
think
like
that's pretty obvious.
palindrome? Or...
Yeah,
Oh,
mine is. Yeah.
I never realized that.
It's the same on Twitch. It's because this is a boomer reference. I got it from playing a small-known browser game called Adventure Quest. So you have to be a real boomer if you remember that one. I don't know if anyone will remember it. There was like a thing in the game where it swapped your name backwards. I'm like, that's genius. I'm like 6 or 7 at the time.
This one
And so I just put it in my username. Yeah, Farisu. It was like the main square, like the little shop where you could like make the little potions, and it flipped your name backwards. And it flipped my name. I'm like, oh my god, that's genius. I should add that to my name. And I've had this same username forever, so.
I'm envious of that
It was
because
actually-
I switch names every fucking. This is the longest I've ever had a name.
It was slightly a problem because like from an old forum I was on, I had some IRL pictures of myself, so they were just on Google Images if you searched my username. So I had to like go to like Pixiv and Reddit to get like pictures taken down. But yeah, if you want to see my like Minecraft forum posts from when I was like 13, you could like look up my username and probably find them. So
Duskwood is so nice. Gigantic graveyard. You come back there constantly for the world boss, great quest, sick old worn building aesthetic, undead everything. I didn't particularly like Duskwood. I got stepped on by Stitches a few times. And I don't know.
some
I just
people will
like
pay for that.
By Stitches? I don't know. I mean,
I don't
you're
know about- I
right.
don't know
They
about
would,
Stitches.
but Alliance over Horde, Alliance Gang for life. Boy, Icy Waves. Heart of Murloc.
I don't know. I feel like if you play the game for long enough, you're not really tied to any faction. You're like, all the races in their own regard are pretty cool.
I agree. I
Like,
remember.
only unless you're like Volpira, and then you're like, oh, that's understandable.
I started Alliance. And then my friends in high school were like, we're going to play both. So we're going to play Horde and Alliance. So I was like, cool, I'll go make the Horde guild. So that, like, we have something to join. I'll, start doing that. Hi, Ty. And so I made the Horde guild, and I ended up playing Horde more. So, like, my Druid was 15, my Warrior on Horde was 25. The Druid was Alliance. And, like, all of them were just like, man, it's so much effort to level up an Alliance. Let's just only play Alliance. And I was like, fucking... Okay, so I had like a level 40 on each eventually, and most of them quit between like 20 and 40, and then like 2 or 3 of them actually got to 60, and I ended up getting to 60 after them. So like we didn't even play together that much with the high school friends. So like I had already like played a bit of both, and I remember in BC just being like, you know what? There's really not that much difference. And all the friends that only played Alliance, they love Alliance. All the friends that only played Horde, they hate the Alliance, they only love Horde. But they're like the same people on both sides.
Yeah.
So I never like was really married to one or the other. There are races that, and like aesthetics, I like the Alliance aesthetic more.
I would say, yeah, that's fair.
I have the hardest time picking a race for any time I make a class, though. Because there's, like, there's the cute and pretty races that I'm like, oh, these are the common ones, so I don't want to be that. I need to be the special, unique one that doesn't look as cute. Oh, jeez. I would love to play a troll, but if they can't wear shoes, and like, God, their feet are so bad.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I played a troll in Classic.
In Classic, I had an Undead Rogue, Tauren Warrior, and Night Elf Druid. Those were my Classic characters that all got over 40. Being pet by Sora Dormy is peak lore. You're literally so cool. Will you be my girlfriend, Euland? Oh, God. Spoiler alert, that dude was Euland. Adventure Quest, I'm not a boomer. Thank you for aging me 20 years, Dedge. I made my character permanently covered in soot from that quest. Made a potion explode. Also, you could get any name if you died and went to the realm of death. Steppies.
Oh, that's right.
Accept notes. It's so weird that, like... So Volpera just has, like, a stigma of being the most hated race, right? But, like... I don't have a problem with Volpera. It's the Mechanomes that I see those, I'm like, you are literally trying
They're also
to
ugly.
Hi, love.
There's gonna be 3 kinds of dwarves now,
Yeah?
which
Yeah.
I think is so goofy.
The best thing I've seen is somebody on the alpha made an earthen dwarf that looks like the jailer, but like stump sized, and it's like, God damn it, dude! It's got all the like the Maw armor, Torghast armor. They have no shirt on. It's the same skin color. It's bald and
Oh,
I was
fucking
just like,
bald
dude.
and like the same gray blue skin
Yep,
color. That's
yep.
funny.
All the Zoomers are horde. Troll Master Race. I don't know. My problem is that
play,
like
play what you want.
the problem is I don't know what I want, and what I want constantly changes. In Plunderstorm, I was playing a High Mountain Tauren a lot, and I was like, this looks so fucking... Oh, I'm gonna sneeze.
Oh, High Mountain Tauren are fucking cool.
Fuck. Excuse me. Like, it looked cool, but then I'll get in a mood where it's like, all right, now I want to wear a bikini, and I'm like, I don't have a problem who want this, but I don't want to be the big cow lady in a bikini.
Says you.
Says me. I know there's some people that are like fucking all for that, but I want to be short. Not gnome short, but I want to be short. I don't want to be like kind of stumpy like the dwarves, although I'm like that's a good height in my eyes. Which is like, okay, Void Elves and so you want to be a twink? Yes, well, okay, that's actually a big problem in WoW for me. I would love to play a male character, but they all just look so muscular, and it's just like, man.
The only thing that's like somewhat femboy is the dragons, but like they're kind of fugly.
Yeah. It's so unfortunate seeing like, because they added new Draconid models for Dragonflight. Like,
Did they?
The models that like people have seen in the game for ages, and they got the updated one, the like human shape but dragon, and the new ones look fucking good. And everybody's like, I want to be a big buff dragon guy like this. And it's just like, well, you don't get to be that. You get to be this. And so, like, everyone's like, I hate
You get to be a
femboys.
weird
I hate
twink.
twinks. And it's just like, ugh, I didn't even want this, man. Remove factions. Let me play any race and go to any city. World PvP is a toggle now. I would remove factions, but I wouldn't say go to any city. I would still keep like legacy faction cities, so like, you know, if you play a human, you can make a guild and group up with any horde or alliance. But I don't think you should be able to stroll up into Orgrimmar. Euland, you are short IRL. Choo choo, Yuli. Hi, cute Freya. Seeing the dances and other stuff for Evoker and Earthen makes me want another revamp for the base races. Because they're super good? Yeah. Why can't I go to Silvermoon as a Void Elf? You get to go to your rock. No, don't. No. Star. Don't do it. Don't you do it. God damn it. We put that mod in Lethal Company when we played it. Good lord.
Oh, I have Avatar sounds off.
It was the air horn, but it was the moan and not the like
Oh.
actual air horn.
Oh, okay.
Hi, Master Panda Lord. Holy shit, we're at 3 miles. Hi, Wrath. Greetings, Yulin the Flame Serpent. The Flame Serpent. I do think snakes are cool. Speaking of WoW, big news. WoW Classic Canada is getting the game store. Yay.
Oh God.
For a long time, I wasn't like I don't want to say I was like a supporter of the game store, but I was like, if you don't want it, just don't buy the mounts. And then I heard Asmongold's take on it. I was like, oh, that makes a lot of sense, and now I hate it. Ugh.
What was the take?
The take is that
know.
devs are incentivized to put stuff on the game store like that. So, let's say there's a mount that you get for winning 100 times in rated battlegrounds. And there's a mount that you get from the game store. Well, they make 2 mounts. Well, which do they decide to put on the game store? And which do they decide to put behind the achievement? Well, for either one, you're playing their game, but for one of them, they get an extra $25. So they're incentivized to put the better one behind the one where you pay extra money for it. So
Oh yeah, absolutely.
in game stores, it's very likely that you see like these crazy, amazing, just full-on awesome mounts in the game store, and then recolors behind achievements. And like, if you see that, it's like, Now, to WoW's credit, they have amazing mounts in the game store, but they also just have over 1,000 mounts in the game, and only like 20 are in the game store. So like, you can't really say all the best mounts are behind a shop. But it's really frustrating when you see an amazing mount. I had this happen recently because I saw the magic catfish mount. I was like, whoa, that thing's awesome. I want a fucking flying fish mount. Where's that come from? Game store? Fuck me.
Yeah.
I hate seeing game store mounts now. Healing, you are short IRL. Green New Zealand Flame Serpent. Should have been okay if the things you bought in Classic were also in retail, but they aren't. It would have been okay. Yeah. Yeah. It's dumb. I have one mount from the game store, and a friend bought it for me. It was actually that friend I was talking about earlier with Winter Spring, where we'd sit there for hours. And she was just like, hey, my schedule's changing, so I'm gonna quit playing WoW. But, you know, I know your birthday's coming up, so here, have this. And I was like, oh, thanks. And then I never saw her again.
No.
That's how online friendships go sometimes, though. Sometimes people just disappear.
That's kind of why I like VR, because like VRC's like upper like player count is kind of like these people are gonna be here forever. So it's kind of almost like being on like a long-term like WoW server or MMO server or anything like that, where you just like run in to the same people. Like it'll be like, I think it was last year, I ran into like, I had this guy friended. We never joined on each other. I added him probably like in 2018. And then we see each other in like an instance, and we're like, holy shit. And we had like, we both like lore dumped our entire like VR chat history. Because like we both met each other like we were new in like a random like pug or something. We were both like visitor rank, I assume would be the equivalent.
I remember VR chat talking about it, where they're like, we really don't have that many people trying out VR chat every day, but our retention is like insane. Once you try VR chat, you're in it and you don't go away. So you're stuck with us once you have us. And like, yeah, I've had that exact experience where like 4 years ago, I met someone. We talked a lot for a week, then talked a little bit for like 2 months, and then didn't. If I looked back at our Discord messages, it was like 4 years. And then this last New Year's, I jumped around a little bit to say hi to people. And I just saw them in a rave world. I was like, holy shit, hi! Their voice had completely changed. And so I sent them like after that. Yeah, so they were trans, but like just first transitioning 4 years ago. And so not hearing them for 4 years, I was like, oh my god. And I sent them a message like, your voice sounds so good now. They're like, hell yeah.
That's funny.
We did some VR chat world hopping yesterday. We went to that windmill map. We also went to Metroid Prime 2 map. Which one was it? I'm gonna look it up now. There's some dude I found that just added a bunch of Metroid maps into VR chat, and they're really good. Sanctuary Fortress, Metroid Prime 2.
Where do you guys get your maps? Do you just kind of go through new, or?
There's like 4 of us that show up each time. And so it's like, all right, who's got new stuff? For me, if I see stuff on Twitter, I'll check it out.
That's mine. All of mine comes from Twitter.
And then also, I try to find like different video game maps to like stream in for the first part where I'm stretching. And so I'll just like look at the bookcase of games I have, and I'll be like, oh, Metroid. There's probably some good Metroid maps in VR chat that people have ported in. And so I'll go looking up Metroid maps and save 1 or 2 of them to a favorites list that I can then like use for the first part of stream. And if that person has like uploaded a bunch of them, it's like, this is, you know, a month of stuff to show the World Exploration group. Hi, Seba Valencia. Just be like, Panda, vanish for 6 months, then show back up. No, you're not allowed. I was about to say puberty happened. Damn, maybe I should disappear for 4 years. No, not allowed. Good now? You mean I didn't sound good then? Is there a response I would have gotten? Well, I think if you were trans and did 4 years of voice training, I don't...
You would want to sound different.
Yeah.
You would be upset, I think.
If somebody was like, you sounded better back then, what are you doing now? Are you doing that on purpose? It'd be like, I don't want to be friends with you anymore.
Yeah, pretty much.
Remember a lot of people like that, but mine were people who'd tell me, nah, not me, I'm different. Then later, gayest, girliest voice. Incredible. See you at the end of midnight, Yulin. It'll be before then. We're literally gonna level together for Mop Remix, Frisu. I think I'm gonna level my warrior solo, and then with people I'm gonna level the druid. That's the plan. What are we at? 3.5? How are you holding up?
I'm good.
Hell yeah. What speed are you at?
A little warm, but I don't know. I actually didn't check the manual at what the speed is, but it looks like half pace compared to you. Oh my goodness, my foot shut off. One sec.
Okay.
I didn't even realize. I think my trackers might have charged unevenly. I think one of my little cables is dying.
Oh no.
It's fine. I have TrackStrap Plus.
I was bad last night. After we explored VR Chat Worlds, I plugged my stuff in, and I forgot to unplug them before going to bed. So they were plugged in all night, and I'm like, I gotta not do this. I will someday not sound like a boy, but for now I can sound like an anime man MC. You already sound pretty feminine, Frisu. It could be more, and it will be more. But like, I don't know. You're not exactly showing up and sounded like this, Farisu. Estimate Sheelan. One of the people that leaves their friends behind when their shoes untied. They're right there. That's what I sound like. Not even.
No, I didn't die. Yulin's not putting on the maid outfit yet.
I have an old avatar with the maid outfit. It is not up to date for VR chat now. In particular, it has like skirt physics that just do not interact with the body at all. So if I put it on, it's just full thong showing. Want a vid of my voice from 2020 was some wild shit. Weren't you streaming back then also, Farisu? I feel like that was when I discovered O-Girl streamed. Maybe it was after that. Maybe it was more like 2022. You don't sound like that, Ellie. You sound good. I did not even try to see the Aurora Borealis yesterday. And everybody's like...
I heard about that. I was fucking asleep or something.
Apparently it might be around till Sunday, so there might be still be a chance to see it. I think yesterday was going to be the big day for it. I've seen some pretty pictures of it. I don't know. I'm the type that, like, I see a majestic waterfall into a lake with, like, sprawling mountains and trees around it, and I'm like, big puddle. Yep. I want to go back inside. And everybody's like, how? What is wrong with you? I'm just like, I don't know. I'm comfy inside. I'm not comfy right now, and I want to go back. You know, in the Maple Store community, people used to think I was 6'5" football player because my voice was so deep. I am skeptical, Farisu. I am a big X to doubt there. Aw, thanks, Jan. Neko Fly.
Yeah, I'll need to check my manual so I can tell you everything. Because I don't know if this is miles per hour or kilometers. I could not tell you.
Mine... I think mine is miles. Yeah, mine says MPH, so it's definitely miles.
Mine just says speed and then a number, so I have no units.
Yeah. Yulin's even a nature hipster. I'm not a hipster, I'm just like... if I'm not in my comfort zone, I want to get back in my comfort zone. And I do not appreciate the beauty of things outside of my comfort zone. I just want to go back. So we have to make you uncomfortable inside. Please, no. I don't know, you can have a wild vocal range. I have people who straight up won't believe I used to have a girl voice. Yulin's a nature hater. And you know what's even funnier about it, Master Pandalord? Anytime I play video games, I want to be the druid or the ranger. I love the nature aesthetic. And then you put me in nature, I'm like, ugh, put me back. I don't want to be here. Oh, last one. If it doesn't include the ocean, he doesn't care. Do you? Oh, you're making a marine biologist joke, but I'm sitting here like that's my phobia.
Yes, they
Global.
are.
What? What's
You have a
enough?
lot of phobias.
I know. I'm literally just a chicken. The big ones are drowning, spiders, and I would say
I love
like
spiders.
teeth stuff, but
Teeth?
yeah. So I used to have a recurring nightmare of like my teeth crumbling and just like all of my teeth
Oh no
crumbling, falling
no!
out.
Your teeth falling out is like a common dream thing. I don't know why scientists have never figured it out. That's like a very common thing actually.
That one's like, I feel like I knew it was common, but I just assumed it was like not phobia level for me, but like
I've had
up
it.
there.
Yeah.
Drowning and spiders were the big ones.
Well, it's unfortunate to tell you, Yulin, but when you're in your 80s or 90s, you might be losing a couple of your teeth.
I
Just
think
FYI, a couple of them might be falling out.
I think I'll be ready for it then.
My whole life was preparing me for this moment. I had so many dreams to bolster myself and get ready for this.
Works on 2 levels. Hi, last one. Oh, so Yulin's an Instagram influencer. I don't like the nature, but I love the nature aesthetic. Drown the spiders. What's so weird? I watched the I Can't Believe I Got Reincarnated as a Spider anime, and now I'm way less scared of spiders. Still scared of them, but like they're so much more manageable now.
You just need like exposure, I think.
I don't disagree with you, but at the same time, I'm like, oh, I don't want to do that.
What if I gave you like one of the little jumpy ones, the little cute ones you see videos of?
Those
I
are
put
the
one of those on your hand.
scariest
He's looking up
ones.
at you. The little jumpy ones?
The ones that jump at you and can reach you from further away than the other ones.
They're like literally like the size of a Tic Tac. What do you mean?
They're horrifying.
Oh my goodness.
For some reason, I was thinking you were here earlier, Global. I glabbled. Eulid is over me now. Just find the spiders that wear water droplets as hats. We get
Oh, those.
We get
Oh, go ahead.
gnarly spiders here in Missouri. And, like, I live on the lake. Literally, the backyard goes downstairs to a dock. And so, there's just, by being this close to the water, there's a ton of bugs. And it doesn't matter how, like, tightly you seal the house, bugs get in. And the spiders that get in are these fucking massive, like, if you outstretch their legs, it'd be like 2 to 3 inches across, and they look like needles, and I fucking hate them so much. What were you saying?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know what I was saying.
I actually took a
I
picture
like
of
spiders.
one.
They're cute. I don't know.
Oh, no. I like snakes. That's the one thing that I like that everyone's like
I like
a
snakes.
common phobia. But I'm like super down with snakes. I saw
Well,
this
it's like-
adorable video recently of like this guy. He found, it's not a gardener snake, but it's something like it. It's like dark green and like light green, and he picks it up, and it has like no fangs, so it keeps like trying to bite him, and it's just doing absolutely nothing. And he's just talking about like facts of the snake. Is this little snake is just like chomp chomp chomp, like not biting at all.
It's the same thing with some spiders. They'll do that. They'll be angry and then they chomp, but the teeth too small.
Yeah. I remember, and I don't know how true this is. I remember hearing that daddy longlegs are like extremely venomous, but their teeth are
Yeah,
too
they are
small
venomous.
to bite into humans.
Yep.
That's funny, but
That's
also
true.
like, yay us. Actually,
Well, also like, it's also a matter of scale because they're like, you know, they're so small. your body will be able to deal with it.
Mm-hmm. I actually took a picture of one that landed on my hand. I don't feel so bad about sending his dreams with me taking his teeth now for fun. Huh.
There are those spiders that like make air bubbles underwater and they like catch fish. Those are cool.
Isn't there a spider that like literally lives underwater? Like it just makes a bubble down there?
Yeah,
and
that's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Yeah, it makes a bubble and it'll go out and it'll get fish. But
That's
it's really
crazy.
sad because like when they eventually lay their eggs, they'll just go back to their like bubble and just like suffocate in their little bubble underwater.
There's a few insects that
That's
just
the
like
unfortunate thing.
they just have a life cycle that's like crazy. Like there's a
Had sex die.
yeah. There's a
Doesn't matter, had sex.
What is it? I think they're like a term. I don't remember what they're similar to, but they don't have a butthole. They eat until they burst. That's their life. They just eat, have sex,
Oh,
keep
yeah,
eating
yeah.
until they're just full and burst, and then they die. And it's just like, Jesus, that sounds miserable. Bees, Honey Nut Cheerios. I saw a video
Foot
yesterday
trick. There we go.
of a Ring door scam. It was Pirate Software did a short about it, where people are like,
Oh.
they're pretending to be like door salesmen. And they'll offer to sell like the most useless thing ever that nobody's interested in. But what they're looking for is people that have Ring cameras. So they'll knock on your door, and you'll start talking to them through the Ring camera. You'll be like, "Hey, what do you want?" They'll be like, "Oh, we're selling this." And what people do is they'll be like, "Oh, I don't want to deal with this." So it's like, "Oh, I'm not home right now, so you can't sell to me. Go, keep
Oh
going."
my gosh! So there's a break into your house.
And so they'll be like, "Cool, found a house with nobody home," and they'll just go in.
Oh my god.
And so Pirate Software, the expert in cybersecurity, was like, "Don't ever tell people you're not home. Don't do it."
Yeah. I have. It's weird on my apartment. I'm the only one like this. So I wonder if something happened here in the past. But I have 2 deadbolts on my front door. Like I have 2 on my front door and my back door. I'm like, did something happen here at some point? But I don't know. It makes me feel like extra safe.
At my apartment, clearly there had been a deadbolt. It had been kicked open and the deadbolt had been like broken off. And then it had been super glued back together, so it did not look safe or secure at all.
Gosh.
But I was in a pretty nice apartment complex. It was in Dallas. It was like the Indian community, so it was like all of my neighbors. I swear they were just straight from India, and like. I'd wave and say hi to them, they'd wave and say hi to me, and then I would go to my apartment, and I never came out and, like, made noise. And so they didn't have a problem with me. I couldn't smell their food because I have such a bad sense of food, so I never had anything to complain about with them. It was, I don't know, it was, despite how high the rent was, it was really nice living there. I was always afraid of having like bad neighbors when I was first moving out, and there was not a thing to complain. What's wrong with their food? Nothing's wrong with their food, but it smells very strong. I want Indian food.
Reheating it, that shit's awful though. I had a student employee, because I like hire students working at a uni. And he would heat food every day in our office, and it would like stink up the whole office.
Oh god.
Oh my goodness. Another thing that happened, it was kind of like a cultural thing, because like, you know, like a lot of universities, it's near the downtown, and he put his bike out in the bike rack without locking it, and it just got yoinked. He's like, that just happens?
My
People will
dumbass
just like
did
take that? I'm like, yeah.
My dumbass did
Yeah, they
that
will. And did he get yoinked?
instantly. I went to class, forgot the lock. I'm only gonna be here one class. Go in, go out, 50 minutes later, that shit's gone. Oh, okay.
And it's also just like the college like culture. Like there was things that was happening on campus where and some students actually got expelled for this, where it became like a trend on like TikTok and Snapchat, etc. Where they would steal like the emergency exit signs, like the like the white signs with like the red exit. They were stealing those, and so like it was at one point I talked to like one of the people that like the maintenance guys that worked on that sort of thing, and they're like, yeah, like we've had to replace like $6,000 in signs.
Oh my god.
Because like there's so many people like stealing signs.
Is that a Devious Lick,
Like,
or is
literally,
Devious Lick specifically
there was-
bathrooms?
There was a video, like one of them took it. They literally like gutted all of the exit signs and then backlit it with like LED strips. It was like 5x5 like exit sign thing with like LED like backdrop. It's like, what is wrong with you people?
Why?
And then there was like a thing where it was like scavenger hunt of like signs to steal. So it was like steal a stop sign,
God.
steal one of these signs, steal this kind of sign. It was so goofy. I'm like, how do you even start a trend like this?
Yulin Shen comic moment. Oh.
What you? Oh
my
yeah, bike
god.
Cop.
Hi, Wrath. Did you find the scariest
Cute.
avatar you could? No.
I like him. He's goofy. What's he from?
He's not goofy. He's unsettling. Oh,
he's
God.
a lanky little fella.
I don't like it. I'm sorry. I miss the Void Shadow Abbey. Make them come back. Star will get in moods where they just have like crazy high energy. And they add a million like toys to their avatar, as they're basically fidget spinners that they just cycle through and they want to show people. And then they will just jump around worlds just playing with those and friends. And then they will chill out and be like, all right, I'm ready to be comfy and just lay on you. It's like, hell yeah. But they will just have days of just like uncontainable energy. I like this one. Mordekaiser's cool. Wei. I think of Mordekaiser and I think of Zuvi, because I had an era around 2019, maybe 2020, where one of my friends, Koyo, he just set up a League of Legends group. He was like, I am tired of playing with pugs. I want the squad. So I'm just going to take 3 of my mods from my stream chat, make a group chat with them, and then this one extra. Somebody that I know fairly well. And we are now queuing 5s for League of Legends often. And so the 5 of us, we'd all played League, but all of us had been like, man, pugs kind of suck. You know, I'm in and out of League. But it was so much fun with the 5 of us, we just played regularly for like 6 months straight.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, and Zuvi, he was our top laner. He, well, we kind of switched around a lot, but he mostly played top lane. And he would be Mordekaiser. And, he was definitely one of the better of the 5. It was not uncommon for, like, him to get ganked, and Mordekaiser has earned a double kill. And it was just like, well, this game's done. I started as support, and then somebody wanted to support at one point, so I went jungle, and then I ended up top lane, and I briefly did middle lane for just a little bit, but I think I did support, jungle, and top, and kind of just bounced around those a lot. we had one guy. His name is Fausto. He played, you know, whatever. He played a lot of Jhin at first. He was initially our AD carry. And then Talia came out. And he was just like, she's perfect. She is my waifu. She is literally best girl of any media I've ever seen forever. I will buy every Talia skin and play her every game. And we were like, well, we already have a mid laner. I will be Talia. We need an AD carry. Yes, I will be Talia. Okay, boss. He was so bad at first, but he's played her so much now that he's like fucking scary as her. He's the type of Talia that like, oh, you got too close? You've been hit by all 3 abilities within a second. Just like, you just explode instantly if you get too close to him now. Based. Tommy knows Fausto. Now he's probably played League with Fausto. We had one guy, his name is Winter Blue. And when we started playing League, he was mute. He would never like queue up his mic. But he is a fucking shitposter meme lord. And so he would jungle and he would play Nunu. And when he would start the snowball, he would open his mic and start blasting a soundboard of All I Want for Christmas. And so we would just get this scratchy, shitty version of All I Want for Christmas playing through Discord to the point we couldn't hear shit. And like all of us had him turned down to like 10%. That was how we knew he was ganking. And like, it was the funniest shit ever. When like, he'd be level 2 and he'd just start rolling with the snowball playing the music. And the gank would fail and he would walk away and he'd just go right into the river bush, sit there for 10 seconds, and immediately do it again playing the music. And the gank would fail.
That's funny.
And he would go back to the river and do it a 3rd time. And he'd type out, they never expect the 3rd time. We're like level 4 at this point, and the music starts and the gank actually works. It's like, I hate that he just got away with that. I hate that he just got away with that. I lost sight of Wrath, and that like has me concerned now. Because after the Mordekaiser avatar, he switched to something else. I was like, oh no, another creepy one. Oh, you're down there. Hi.
You were talking about mutes the other day. Very spicy takes on mutes, personally. I had a friend who was like physically mute in VR, and like someone was like, prove it, and so they unmuted, and it's just like, like, you know, they're just making like noises from their like throat. They literally couldn't talk, so they hated like people that were voluntarily mute. They're like, stop taking my thing.
I can understand that point of view. For a lot of people, it's very like, I don't want to say liberating, but like it's an easy thing for them to do to overcome a problem they have, right? Hi Smug. It's, for a lot of people, talking to new people is just scary. And when it's like, yeah, just be mute, just be cute and wiggle around, it's like super easy for them, and so they have fun with it. When I started VR chat, I was like, maybe I should be mute. Maybe like, it'd be cool. What if I mute, but I'm like the worst mute? So like, I wouldn't talk to people, and like I'd wave and I'd be energetic and bouncing around. They're back for Isu. And people would be like, oh, so you're mute? And then I'd be like, yeah. They'd be like, what? So are you mute or not? And then like I'd nod, and the next time somebody would ask me something, I'd answer them. They're like, so you're not mute? And I'd always look at them confused.
There you go, that's awesome.
But I panicked too much, because part of the reason I got VR chat and a headset was to like help me learn how to socialize and talk to people. And so when it actually came to meeting people and they were like, oh, hey, do you talk? I was like, yeah. Oh, God, I've already failed this bad mute thing. I'm buffering hard. That's cute, Ewan. Not unsettling. Mordekaiser is cute. They are back to something that is unsettling. Hi. Hi,
I
Celestial
don't have anything
Thunderbird.
spooky. I feel like I should have something spooky to change into.
Aelin, who's the cuties next to you. Wrath of Gloom is with us, though they're too short to be seen. They're to my left. I have Cairo with us, and I have Star with us.
Hello.
We're at 4.6 miles. We are getting toward the end of Vol'dun. I must have been on incline the last time I did this map. Sleep well, Ty, because it started like halfway through. And so it didn't start at the beginning. Oh god. Back when I first started making these videos, I didn't want to have any cuts in them. Cuts was like, oh, this is bad. It needs to be one take
yeah.
through the whole zone. So like, I did the Shadowlands zones first, and they were all like an hour to an hour and 30 minutes, just one take of me walking through the zone. And they would take multiple tries, and it was so fucking awful. And eventually I was just like, it's impossible to see all the cool shit in a zone without like walking back on my path if I do it in one take. I should just do cuts. And I don't remember when I started doing cuts. But the videos are, one, a lot easier to make since then. And two, you just see more of the zone, which I think is better. I just stand in a corner until I'm approached and then talk to that one person forever. Oh my god, Star. I successfully got my Blu-ray drive working and can watch physical media on my PC. Hell yeah.
Oh, putting a drive in your system. That's a choice to make in 2024.
There is drama at Eurovision. We mentioned it briefly.
There's always drama at Eurovision.
I didn't know that there was always drama. The drama this time is
It's,
that a contestant from the Netherlands was banned. And everybody's like,
Oh, what
what
happened?
the fuck? I guess he missed like a rehearsal. And from that, they're just like, all right, you don't get to compete anymore. You're out. And everybody's like, whoa, hey, that's way too like disproportionate for what happened. And everybody's upset about it. There's also just people were booing Israel, which, you know,
Oh.
yeah.
Yeah.
Could have expected that one.
Wait, why is Israel in Eurovision?
I don't know. It's an external drive, smarty pants. I'm not mounting 5.25 drives.
Yeah, that shit's. I don't know a case, like a modern case you can buy that has a drive mount, honestly. Like any good ones. You just get like an external.
I
don't know. Blu-ray's pretty old. Do you even need like a USB 3.0 for like an external one? I'm sure you could just do like a normal USB-A. Because Blu-ray's like what, like 2007, 2008, something like that. It's old.
I just used my PS5. I went to Tahoe with my parents many years ago. My case has a drive slot and it's running a 3070. Oh. I went to Tahoe with my parents a long time ago, and they went with their college buddies. So it's kind of like three families.
Oh, Fractal Pop Air. Oh.
And one of the dads from the other family, he had two young kids, and he's like, hey, I'm thinking of getting them a gaming console. Which one should I get? And I was such a Nintendo fanboy, I was like, oh, you gotta get him a GameCube. That's the one that has all the more kid-friendly games. You know, PlayStation, Xbox, they're all about nitty-gritty, realism, blood and gore. They're going through that age. Get them a Nintendo, though. They'll be more than happy with that. They'll have Mario Kart and stuff like that. And he's like, okay, but the PlayStation 3 has Blu-ray. And I was like, well, do you want it for them or you?
That's why the PS2 sold so much.
He was really trying to get me to say PlayStation because it had Blu-ray, and I was just like, I mean, if you want the Blu-ray, get the Blu-ray one. But if you want something just for them, I'd get a GameCube. Crystal the Fox is really kid-friendly. That is an outlier.
Oh yeah, and
global.
fucking yeah. When Fox it plays the sexy music and he has the awooga eyes at her up in the crystal. Yeah. I love that game though. It's literally just like Zelda again. I don't know, just a big Zelda fan.
I loved it
Also
when
a
I
Star Fox
played
fan.
it. But I watched a friend replay it recently, and it was like, ooh,
It
this game's a little
definitely does
rough.
not hold up as
Yeah.
well. Yeah, it's a little rough, but like, well, I mean, if you put like, hey, what GameCube era adventure game would you rather play? Would you rather play Star Fox Adventures or fucking Wind Waker? It's like, I wonder.
Yeah. Yeah. I hated Wind Waker at first. Because I was like, I need the
What?
nitty gritty. I need the realistic graphics. This is a fucking
You're
cartoon.
the problem.
No, hold on. And then my friend played it, and he was like, the graphics needed to be like this. The graphics are so fitting and perfect. You'll play it and you'll understand. I was like, I'll play it and I'll fucking hate it. I played it and instantly understood. I was like, the graphics needed to be like this. It's perfect.
I mentioned it briefly. So the first time I played Ocarina of Time, because if you like pre-ordered the Wind Waker, you got like a disc that had Ocarina of Time on it, and it was the first time it was Ocarina of Time, and then the hard mode, the Master Quest, which was the first time Master Quest had like existed. You know, me, I'm like 6 or whatever at the time. I'm like, oh, I love the color blue. I'm gonna pick the blue one. So I played Master Quest. That was my first time playing Ocarina of Time. And I went back years later to play it, and I just played the normal. I'm like, was this game always this easy? I was like, I remember this game being a lot harder as a kid. And they're like, yeah, you played like the hard one that like you take double damage and the puzzles are harder. I'm like, oh, what?
See, I usually have the opposite experience. Where I go back to a game and I'm like, how the fuck did I do this when I was 9? Was I a fucking, like,
Oh, yeah,
genius?
For me, for sure. Like Donkey Kong Country was like one of the first games I beat as a kid with my brother. And I was like, how the fuck did I do this? I think it's just because you have unlimited time
Yeah,
as a kid to just like slam your head against stuff.
I went back. I bought the Mega Man Zero collection legacy collection.
Oh
recently.
gosh.
And I was like, I remember, I beat Mega Man Zero like 5 times. I beat Mega Man Zero 2 like 3 times. I fucking love these games. My sound alerts for stream are from these games. And like, I go into Mega Man Zero, I'm like, this is fucking hard. Jesus. How did I do this? No, they're 5.25s.
Oh, Ape Escape, yeah.
DVD W drive in there. Holy shit, you're not kidding. They put 5.25 in there. Here's a custom firmware, external Pioneer 4K drive. When I go back to some old games, I am like, how did we play games back then? All the controls are like the jankest shit always.
Dude, like anytime I go back to the N64 and I hold that banana ass controller, I'm like, I liked this?
Yeah.
What's wrong with me?
Rip Shadow Person. Now I went back and played Ape Escape and I was like, damn, I remember this being way harder. That said, the race battles were some bullshit. There's definitely things where, like, puzzle-wise, I'm like, I remember struggling with this. And now I feel fucking stupid that I struggled with this. What's another game?
Like talking about Xbox, if Reese is still here, the Xbox controller's awful. The original one, you could beat someone with that. But hard
Risu,
games.
I feel like is probably asleep. She's on the most degenerate
That's fair.
sleep schedule I've ever fucking seen. Of like 16 to 20 hours a day. I'm so excited because today's a carb cycle day, so I get to eat more than usual.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, I went outside of my diet yesterday. I took my mom out for Mother's Day.
Oh,
And like she just like ordered. I'm like, I'm paying, and she's like, oh, you're paying, okay. And so she just ordered like a crazy amount of food, and she's like, I'm not eating all this. You're helping, right? I'm like, I'm fucking dieting, but okay.
My mom.
It was just the two of us. It was like a $65 bill. I was like,
Hell
holy
yeah.
shit.
My mom is so funny. She'll make cookies, and she'll be like, Euland, I made cookies. I forgot you're losing weight. I'm sorry, I'll just take these away. I'm like, no. You've already made them. You don't get to leave with those.
It's the same with me. It's like, I'll just take the hit. Like, my dad, like, I went over there, so like I dropped my pup off because my dad lives near me. And I dropped my pup off during the day because my dad's retired, so he's like a dog sitter.
Right.
And one time I come home to pick up my dog, and my dad's like, oh, I got these like fried apple pies. I'm like, he's like, here, have this. And I literally like look it up, and it's like 600 calories. I'm like, that's half my fucking calories for the day in a tiny like little thing this big. Oh my God. And so I was like, well, I'm just going to bed hungry tonight. So I ate it. Because it's all carbs. You feel hungry like 45 minutes later after eating something like that. Like,
Yeah, pat the Void. The Void gets lots of pats, and whenever they want pats. It was around Thanksgiving and Christmas where I was just like, I look at it as like, I'm not planning to stop, so it's not like I'm in a like home stretch, bust my ass until I get to my target weight, and then I'm done. Because it's like, I walk every day, I don't really care if I have cheat days. So like Thanksgiving and Christmas, it was like, oh, we're gonna have 3 days in a row of like tons of eating. Yeah, I'll do that. And so like Christmas, I shot back up 5 pounds, and I remember being like, okay, that's a little sad. I'm not really super happy about this, but I'll cave off pretty quickly.
That's how I was with because I went to Finland and I just ate like crazy when I was out there. I think I put on like over 10 pounds just like in a week and a half. Like at one of the hotels we stayed at, I'm like, vacation calories don't count. I had 3 plates for breakfast.
Oh God.
Because it was like a buffet style. I'm like, I'll regret all of this later. I'll be paying it back for months. But I'm like, this is my once in a year vacation.
Hi,
Doing
Dingo.
it. Worth it.
I'm such a homebody. The idea of a vacation is just like time off for me. And so like, anybody's like, where would you want to go for vacation? And it's just like, nowhere. I want to stay here. Cheeks out on stream today, Euland? Maybe a little bit.
They're mostly contained. There's a shape key that make the skirt longer, and I told someone that last night, and they're like, no. They're like, no, it's good. It's good where it is.
Well, it looks fantastic.
I'm like, you mean
where
I'm like, it looks good, or you just like my butt sticking out? And they're like, yes.
It looks fantastic. If you did extend it a little bit, I wouldn't complain. It's one of those things that's like, it's right on the cusp of the rules. I mean, I think I'm fine. I think you're fine also, but this is also on the cusp where like, I feel like if a Twitch dev was just having a really bad day, he could get me in trouble for it, but like...
Oh. No.
That's not gonna happen.
So, number one thing about this game, devs will not do anything. It is the moderators. If a dev sees you and you're doing anything, they'll be like, I'm not moderation. Go on with their day.
Well, I mean with Twitch. So like if a Twitch dev or Twitch moderator
Twitch side,
was
yes.
in chat. The fucking Kazakhs? That champion has
Twitch
kicked my
moderator,
ass
yes.
so many times. That's one that's difficult for me to deal with. Twitch moderation, for one, it's fucking stupid because they're very inconsistent and their rules are very, very vague. So like you'll see so many stories of like, this person got banned for this. This person has been doing that for 2 years, is getting called out for it now, and still hasn't gotten in trouble for it. And then there's someone I know. They got a suspension for 3 days for sexual content. And like what they were doing at the time was not sexual. They were literally just talking to people in a world with an absolutely safe avatar. And then just midstream, they got bonked and an email that says you're banned for 3 days. Sexual content. It's like, can you post a clip? Can you give an example? Like, I'd like to know what I did specifically. Because I definitely wasn't doing anything right when it happened. But they never got back. They said, we see that you appealed. We think it stands. Stay banned. Stay mad. 3 days go by, and they don't get unbanned. And then a week goes by, and they're still banned for a 3-day suspension. They ended up being banned for 21 days, and then were just unbanned. And it was just like, this was a 3-day suspension. What the fuck? Sometimes it just feels like Twitch moderation is just like what are they doing?
It's just such a problem because it's either here where it's like the moderation's like really arbitrary, inconsistent, and maybe a little bit too heavy at times. Or you go to Kick Wow Wasteland where it's you can literally get away with a murder and it'd still be you know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's my understanding.
Kick. I was super against Kick at first, and then somebody kind of like humbled me on it and was like, you think Kick is so bad because they promote gambling and they're a loss leader for stake.com. But the reality is Twitch promotes gambling also, it just has to be their gambling. So really
That's
Kick
true.
isn't that much worse. And I was like, man, when you put it like that, that sounds really bad to defend Twitch. Also,
Well, I also think just defending any big company, you
Yeah.
just never do that.
100%, yeah. Kick is also 90-10 split for creators. So, like, it's a 50-50
Oh, that's
on
awesome.
Twitch.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, Kick is like, they fucking treat their creators nice. The problem is everybody that's on Kick is, the expelled from Twitch. So it's like the worst of the worst community.
Very toxic
And,
community.
like, if you're LGBTQ+, you are going to get eaten alive there. And so I'm kind of the opinion like, well, everything I want and everyone I know is here on Twitch. I'd like to be where everyone is. Like, I have a friend who they have been very frustrated with Twitch and they've gone to YouTube. And I see them a lot less. I love them dearly. I'm not on YouTube like I am with Twitch. And so, like, for me, it's just like, everything I have is on Twitch. I'd like to stay there. Even if Kick started, like, blowing up, had a big LGBTQ movement, I probably wouldn't go there until a lot of my friends go there.
That's true. And that's always been like the thing whenever like this game has any problems. People are like, EAC's dumb. I'm gonna go to this other game, and it's like, okay, yeah, just you, and then you're gonna realize 95% of your friends don't move, and you're gonna be like, I miss my friends.
You'll see Lavender VR is gonna replace this in a month. All right, see you in a month.
God.
Wait, is that Blue Twitch Kick? No, Blue Twitch is the thing Master Pandalord said. I was looking for Yulin to contradict me there. I see. Be the leader, Yulin. Start the movement. I don't know. The power of friendship is also a curse. Yulin never comes to my Blue Twitch streams. That's not true. I haven't missed one, Farisu. I actually don't know if Farisu is, like, joking or not about Blue Twitch streams. Or what? I had something to say about something. Now I'm like, I can't remember what it was. Cheeks out for Harambe. I saw... there was an amazing Smosh clip somewhat recently of one of the cast members not knowing anything about Harambe and having it explained to them in 2024. And
That's funny.
amazingly, they didn't explain Dicks Out for Harambe at all. I was like, what? How could you not explain that part?
What? So I used to work like the exit I would get off on the highway for work. Like I would go one way, the other way was to the zoo Harambe was from.
Oh,
So just like living and working in this area like around that time was so funny because like the memes were so crazy here because he has like a shrine now. If you go to the zoo and you go to like the gorilla exhibit, there's like a whole ass shrine to him that had to be built in like response because like people would go and just meme on them because in all it's a pretty small zoo.
Is that a space pirate with a chow?
This is funny.
Kinda. If I remember correctly, it's the is it Hat in Time kid? Not the kid from Hat in Time, but a character from Hat in Time. Shadowform. It's not the like player character though,
Oh, you're
right?
Snatcher? Oh wow. Huh. I love Hattie Time.
Mm-hmm.
That's like the platform I recommend for people. Oh yeah, you have the dance. Hard as heck too, like doing 100% in that game.
Mm-hmm. That is kind of the problem. Twitch owns streaming basically, so even with Twitch's infinite problems, nothing is going to get fixed because what you're going to do, stream elsewhere. I straight up live near the Cincinnati Zoo, the zoo Harambe was shot at. YouTube is a real competitor. If YouTube, like, fixed their chat and, like, raid systems and, like, made a lot of the stuff around the streaming better, I feel like they could overtake Twitch very quickly. Twitch has the same thing, where if they fixed, like, their VODs and Discovery, they would not overtake YouTube, but, like, solidify their spot. And it just feels like if one just did what the other is doing, they win. And both of them are just sitting there being like, nah, we're good. It's like, okay. The video player on YouTube is 100% better. Like,
Oh yeah.
it's a stream, but also just a video. So like, if you miss something, you can just go back. It's really easy to pause and like continue watching.
Oh yeah, on Twitch you have to like go in and then like click on the recent broadcast thing and then go back to like,
Yeah.
and then you go back to the stream, but you can't really rewind up to where, you know, you can't kind of like try and catch up. You're just like back at the live part.
It's
Yeah, I agree.
the player is so much better for YouTube. The VOD system is so much better for YouTube. And then YouTube's like, yeah, so we have streaming. So like if you want to watch live streams, here's the streaming category. And they put all of them together. No, like, I think they have a gaming category now, but like that's it. And it's like, you gotta break these up by games. You gotta have categories for these. You just cannot do it that way. The only way to find...
That's how I found you, was through the VRC tab, so...
Yeah, and like, the discoverability on Twitch, people have dogged on it for a long time. But like, it could be so much worse. And it's gotten a lot better in the last year. The recommended for you tab, the who are people there's one that's like, who are other people watching? So like, if you watch a stream, it'll keep track of all the people that were in that stream and who they watch. So if there's like 10 people in my chat, and then 10 of those people go watch Corvu, of like the 30 people here, for the 20 that don't watch Corvu, it's going to be like a third of the people that were in this stream that you just watched are now watching this person. There's probably a lot of overlap, and you're very likely to enjoy that stream also. That's something Twitch does and will recommend to you. And so, like, it's gotten so much better than it used to be. Ah, yes, Yulin viewers also watch. That's a thing, though. Let's say YouTube wins. We now have to deal with YouTube's trashy problem. Oh, for sure. YouTube has no, like, categories. They, like, do not have raids. They do not have emotes. And it's like, anybody that streams on YouTube, they're just like, yeah, but the culture is just dead. Like, it's just, The culture of Twitch was so fun, and then on YouTube it just feels hollow.
That's true. Because I don't really watch Twitch all that much, but I remember, you know, early 2010s. Mm-hmm. Like after Justin TV transition. Mm-hmm. Because, like, I think it was also at that time there wasn't, like, a lot of places people met. Like, pre-Discord.
Yeah.
Like, communities were like, oh, you know, this TF2 server. Oh, this stream chat, you know. Now everything's just on Discord.
Yeah.
But, like, back in the day, it was kind of interesting just how, like, people found each other. Like, my long-term friend group. Mm-hmm. Like, we were from, like, a really small subreddit that was basically like a forum almost. Because, like, I mentioned my friends play Fire Emblem. It was for Fire Emblem. I know, like, nothing about Fire Emblem. I played, like, a couple of the games, and they're, like, all hyper nerds. But I think it was in, you talked about 3 houses. In the first, I think, 2 weeks, 3 houses out, my friend beat it 4 or 5 times.
Good lord.
Well, because they're all like Fire Emblem guys, so they immediately go in, animations off. Don't need that shit.
Oh god.
Like battle animations turned off, and they're just like, you should watch them play. It's like watching like a master, like grandmaster chess, like how fast they move like stuff.
I was watching a friend play a Pokemon Nuzlocke recently, and they had almost all the stuff sped up, but like this would speed up the music and like the UI sounds, and it just sounded like audio barf, and I was just like, I feel like I'm getting a headache watching this. Dude, you've been doing this for 18 hours? What is wrong with you? Problem is
That's
YouTube,
just how they play. That's their life.
I'm happy for them. Problem is YouTube is trying to be TikTok at their own game, Twitch at their own game, and trying to stay the best YouTube. It's too split. I
hate YouTube Shorts. So, like, every time I watch them, I feel like I'll get sucked into it for like 20 minutes, and I'll come out of it like I don't remember anything I just watched.
There's like,
so I got an extension to like turn them off.
There's 3 channels that YouTube has figured out that like I will see this channel, I will click on it, and so I'll see like Discord basement memes, did you know movie detail, and then one of my friends. And I will click on those 3 and I'll be like, alright, I'm done with shorts. And they'll be like, okay, great. Next time you open YouTube, we'll have a fresh 3 from those channels for you.
It's just, it's like, if people make cool, fun content on there, sure. But a lot of it's just like engagement farming. So it's very like substanceless. But like a lot of people make like a really good like short sketch comedy, a lot of good like short form educational content. But like some of it's just like you watch it and it's like those videos of, you know, like the guy pushing the jar of like gumballs and like 18 soda bottles down the stairs, and you're like, what am I doing with my life? You know the videos I'm talking about.
Oh yeah.
It's just like you come out of like 15-20 minutes of that and you're like, what did I do with my time?
That is a very sharp claw. I don't really want that near my face. Don't.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, Ellie. It's just like, I don't know.
Oh, fucking Ellie loves TikTok. I get like 4 TikToks a day from them. Most of them are
Oh my
good.
god.
Most of them are good. Your audience seems more like Sean VR watchers. I don't think my audience is that similar to Sean VR. So we were,
I don't know who that
we
is.
were talking about Twitch moderation, like, you know, if they have a bad day, they might ban you. Also, 5.8 miles. We're done.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna switch to this camera. Right now, Twitch just did a bunch of layoffs, and most of that was their Korea branch. However,
Oh, yeah.
it also seems like they kind of just got rid of a lot of their moderation team. And so right now, there's like a lot of people on Twitch that are just like bending the rules and they know they can. Can't go through it. I gotta get lower.
I can finally
Oh,
move
man.
my hip back right. Oh, you're definitely portaling. Now you're playing with portals or whatever they say.
You'll see a lot of VR chat content creators that are like, literally just push their butt up against the camera. And like, I'm of the opinion of like, hell yeah. Get that bag. It should have a seat. I'm not seeing anything to click on.
No, there's no seat.
There's a lot of content creators that just like, it almost seems like they know. And I don't want to complain about them. I don't want to be like, oh, these people, they know what they're doing. I am hoping it doesn't get them in trouble, because I like most of them. I like the vast majority of them. But I'm the type who, like, even if I know I can get away with breaking a rule, I don't wanna break the rules.
I agree. But that, you know, if it happens, it is what it is.
Sean VR, they are a fairly big streamer on VR chat that I would say most of their content is thirst content. They themselves are very nice, and they have a really cool thing where like they have hired 2 of their mods to be like featured on stream with them. And so they have these 2 mods, Ace and Lone, that are there with them every stream on camera. So it feels like it's not just Sean, it's like a trio of them streaming. And Sean is like the main one.
Okay.
And the money comes through him and goes to the others. That's GLaDOS, right? I don't want to eat GLaDOS. It's a very cool dynamic they have. I really like Sean. He does push the rules. He 100% pushes the rules, and he knows he does. And he's gotten suspended before. He's like, I was within the rules. And I'm like, you know you fucking weren't. But I do really like him. He's really nice. He's also really smart. Every now and then, it's so funny. You'll see just like the most bimbo-looking avatars, and they're discussing like history of Ireland or something. It's really funny.
That's funny.
All right, we're going somewhere comfy.
Sure.
Go to Moonlight Wanderings. I dropped this portal on accident yesterday. Over there. This is making me hungry. Hi, Unknown. I could send you way worse ones. I know you could. I appreciate that you don't. I found a few YouTube shorts that I really love. One dude showing shoddy fake tool demonstrations and just roasting them. Those sound fun. Hey, I see. Do the same now. Lawful hipster. Euland is rule-pilled? I am. I 100% am. Euland is stuck up. Who needs rules? Who needs society? Who needs government?
Oh, this map.
I
Can go here.
Wispy Woo can make anything and I will love it. Literally everything they make, I love it so much. Except for the one that's underwater.
You and your hangups, mister.
I know. Look,
You're fine, It's just you don't have to shoot yourself like that, but you just say it out loud.
Oh,
That's on
my
you.
God. I don't know why I'm so afraid of drowning. My parents say I almost drowned when I was 2 years old. And that's why, and I'm like, I don't remember this at all. And like, I don't remember being so afraid of drowning initially. You played...
You need to calibrate for your feet.
Oh yes, thank you. I actually completely forgot. You played Twilight Princess, right?
Yeah.
When I did the water temple, it wasn't that bad. It was pretty well lit, and so I wasn't like bothered by it too much. But then I opened the boss key door, and you go into the room, and it's just a pit with water in the ground, and it's like so dark down below that you can't see like where it goes. It's just a dark pit of water. And that just triggered the fear so fucking hard. And like I had to work up my courage to go into that. I had to like pace my room for like 5 minutes. Just like, okay, it's just a video game. It's literally not real, Yuland. You can literally breathe underwater in this game. Just go fight the boss. I'm just lining up with the
You're good.
blanket.
You're good. You're comfy.
That was I don't know if that's when I realized the fear of water. But that one hit me really hard.
That one was also like a pain in the butt because there were those tiny little fish that like they didn't necessarily do a lot of damage, but they're just like obnoxious. That's the one thing I hate as a kid because I liked filling out like the fishing book you had, and then you'd catch the ones in the water temple. It's like, this fish is evil. It doesn't count towards the fishing book. I was like, that's dumb.
How many days is my ban up to? 9 million. It's over 100. Because Icy Fire just made the 30 reference. Yulin, let's go cave diving. Literally never. Well done, Yulin the Frost.
Yeah, no, that's a big no. Cave diving's like a big no.
I think that would genuinely
That's
be like the worst.
I will admit that's terrifying.
The idea that they put a sign in front that's like, you're gonna get lost. Don't do this. Over 300 deaths. An anonymous user gifted a tier 1 sub to Wrath. You know what that means.
Wrath turns and looks.
We increase the incline 1%. Thank you.
Oh.
I really appreciate that. This is cute. Its nameplate is way high compared to the actual model. And that's funny. But this is cute. Can I grab the scarf? I can. Hell yeah. Get inclinated, 6%. Yulin forgetting his own rules.
Sorry.
All good, all good. What are my own rules, Global? Why would it be 6%? Oh, I see why, because Chatterino didn't tell me. That's gifted 12 months of tier 1 sub. Wait, you gifted 12 months? Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Thank you so much. Technically that would be 12%. They're being very nice to me by doing that after
Yeah, it would
the
be
walk.
12%.
Feeling just reach.
I mean, couldn't someone just say, I'm giving this, but I don't want it to affect your incline? Or would you be like, no, I'm doing it anyway?
I'm such a stickler for rules.
That's the rules.
I never let it carry over, and I never cheat them. At least I try not to cheat them. There's been a few days where it's like, guys, I'm gonna throw up. I need to stop. And so I never carry it over. But if they give me incline, I'm like, that's incline. They're like, you don't have to. I'm like, nope, I have to. I feel like it's typically easy enough for them to like give it to me the way they want. Wow, that's a phrase. If they want to give me incline, it's very easy to beginning a stream. If they don't want to give me incline, end of stream. It's very controllable for them. Yulin just reaching between people's legs, SMH. Yulin, I fear for attention span. You have a bot that tells you about the subbies. Hi, Oakville. Thank you for the follow. I heard a wah. Ooh, odd. I may have yawned. Like I'm doing right now. Excuse me. I hear wah and I think of Luten. He on his streams, he literally has a wah redeem where he just goes wah, wah, and he's fucking cute with it.
Yeah. I don't know, when I hear wah, I just think of Waluigi Wario. I had no idea where that was going. And
God, could you imagine like a Magikarp Luigi just
the softest fanboy.
wah? God. Big cute Master Panda, how you lost.
That's funny.
What other stories did I have? Apparently people don't like The Rock anymore. Apparently people are like, this dude's the fakest celebrity in the world. All he does is play salesman for his tequila.
The thing I hated
Mhm.
was it the Game Awards or Summer Games Fest where he got on and he talked about an energy drink for like 10 minutes. I'm like, you know what? I don't think I like this guy anymore.
I saw a story that he's a pain in the butt to make movies with, where he's very like just a diva, and it was like, that's crazy, because all the stories I've seen him share with people make him look, all the stories he shared with people make him look great. I see. And like it very much does seem like all he cares about is his image, but then you see like a lot of the decisions he makes for like movies and like how he's like, I never lose, I can never be the fall guy, I have to win every wrestling match I'm in. It's just like, oh, you and it just feels like he was, you know, playing the game, playing the grind, you know, doing all the stuff he did to get big. And then once he made it and had more than enough millions to like just be chill and be cool, he just never left that mindset. He's just like, this is what I've always been, this is what I'll always be. A lot of people say he has to be on steroids for his age. He says he's not. But like a lot of the trainers are like, oh, he's definitely on steroids. And then he went on Joe Rogan's podcast. And not that I'm a big Joe Rogan fan, but he went there and apparently he did all the talking the whole time. And they just talked about the most boring and like just non-controversial stuff the whole time. And like everybody thought he was going to be there to discuss steroids. And like it just didn't come up at all. It felt like he decided on the script, and it's just like, it's a lot of minor things. It's a lot of like this one thing that doesn't look super great, but you know, maybe we're reading into it. But then there's a second thing that, you know, maybe we're just reading into that. And then there's a third, a fourth, there's a seventh. And it's like, you know, after a lot of these, it's starting to look really consistent. I wanted to make brownies, but I'm lazy. I'll do it tomorrow. Hell yeah. Man who got famous with WWF does nothing but promote his brand. Who would have thought it? Yeah. Yeah. You're consistent? I will not lie. I do have a measure of pride with my stream schedule, both the start time and the days streamed. When we do 366 days in a row, I'm gonna be very proud of that for all my life. Why
366?
Because it's a leap year.
Oh.
I mean, honestly, like 100 days I was proud of, 300 days I'll be proud of. A year 365 or 366 I'll be proud of. It's I'm in a very fortunate situation where it's easier for me to do every day. And like most people, it's very mentally draining to stream that much.
Yeah.
They like need breaks. And for me, it's just like, I'm already taking a task I don't want to do, exercise, and making it more fun. So it's not mentally exhausting, at least not so far. There's been a few hiccups. There's been a few like individuals, or less so individuals and more like an incident with a person that's like this is a headache and I don't want to deal with this. But like those are, when you look at the whole scope of things, this has been so positive and awesome. Hi, Senro. Slender? No. I think Wrath is just, I don't know what that model's from. It's very unsettling to me, though. I can't wait till your 15,000 walk day. Mostly because I'll be dead. No, you'll be there. You'll be there, Icy Fire. God, how many years from now is 15,000 days of walking? That's like a little less than ×3, right? So that'd be like 40 years? That's a long time from now. Yulin, what did you do to Sapphire? What is Sapphire? I don't know if you mean Sapphy or Sapphire. I don't like Sapphire. Don't mix those two. One of them's a shit and the other's great. It's about 41 years, yeah? Good lord. My,
I don't know what he's from.
one of my friends, they made an AI chatbot for their stream. And its name is Sapphire. And she's been trying to work out the personality of this thing. But it's difficult because she just doesn't have that much time. It's the friend that goes around Washington servicing the slot machines. And so they get like 1, maybe 2 days a week to like really just spend a lot of time working on this. And she accidentally made the chat bot really fucking mean. Just so aggressive and hostile. And so like it speaks and it's
That's
just
awesome.
It's just making fun of her or chat. And like it has this like personality of
That's
like
awesome.
sophistication and like highbrow
Oh,
intelligence.
it's very posh.
It's very posh and just it's so fucking sassy and mean. And will say things like I guess I could grace your low-brow presence with my quick wit and sophistication. And it's just like, shut up,
That's
Sapphire.
fantastic.
She's so mean. That's what she wanted. They wanted to become one to give the burb that she wants. It was shielding her yesterday. It was being nicer to her yesterday. Global in chat. Global loves the chatbot and is constantly doing the redeem to like ask it questions, and he's training this chatbot to just like believe that Core is possessed by the monk snail from Monster Hunter Rise, training it to believe that I'm fucking edible and ready to be chopped up and eaten. It's just like, Global, please.
What the?
Oh yeah, it also says Umu at the end of every sentence.
Yeah, that's good.
Initially, initially it had a problem where it was saying Tapestry of Fate too much. So every sentence it would be like, to look upon the tapestry of the stars is a wondrous thing. And it was like, there she says tapestry again. What did I join to? Hi, Foss. I slept for an hour and a half last night. I literally kept playing V-Rising for another hour, and then I got off, and I was like, it is fucking 6:40. I am gonna get no fucking sleep before stream. Oh, God. Not addicted. It's fun. I love V-Rising. If I had a butler, I would request that they end sentences with uwu too. Tired boy. Now it just says Core is lazy, slovenly, and scatterbrained. Gamers getting into it. What did I do yesterday? The big accomplishment was that I got to castle level 3. So I have set up the 3rd floor, but I haven't like segmented it out yet, and I haven't put floors down. And then I got another servant coffin, a minion coffin, and I put a warrior 95 in that. That was fucking nice. I really need 4 more minions, and I need more prisoners. That's what my next goal should be. Does that mean it's getting smarter, or Grind's probably one of my all-time favorite survival games? Yeah, same. I don't know Core well enough. It means Core likes being insulted by a fox. I don't think she does. I just think she doesn't have the time, but she enjoys how what's the word? I think she enjoys the chat bot and how well it's working. What other stories did I have? The Cybertruck is having coolant leak problems. And people that are getting new Cybertrucks are like, hey, the coolant's leaking. And Tesla's going, well, coolant leaking isn't covered by your warranty, so I guess you should have that checked out. And they're like, what the fuck do you mean?
The thing's just a disaster.
It really is. They put it in satisfactory. It's awful and pointless, and there's really no reason to get it other than you fucking can. Hi, Violet. I could give it a shot, but I don't like being mean for no reason. You don't have to be mean. I like it when you're nice, too. Did you see the people breaking their fingers for Cybertrucks? Yeah. So there was the trunk problem where it had no like resistance detection, and it was just fucking like closing too forcefully. And like every other car brand, if it detects some resistance in the trunk, especially if it's an automatic trunk, it will open up and be like, "Hey, it's blocked. Don't close." But the Cybertruck actually had it in its system to like, "Hey, there's resistance. We need to pull harder to close down." Hi Swag, thank you for the follow. And so people were doing the carrot test. They were like closing their automatic trunks and holding a carrot in the trunk. And for a lot of trunks like Mercedes, it would like gently press against the carrot and then open back up. And it's like, yes, if you accidentally had your fingers there, you're not going to lose your finger. The Cybertruck slices right through them, and it's just like, oh my god. There was one fucking idiot, and probably a few people did this, but one Tesla bro who is so loyal to the brand, he's like, Tesla just put out an update for their Cybertruck that if it detects resistance, it's going to, open. It's not going to cut any fingers. And I trust Tesla so much, we're just going to put our fingers right in there. And it immediately just goes right into a clip of the truck closing down. It closes on his finger, and he's like, oh god, open it. And they open the trunk, and his finger's fucking broken. And it's like, what did you
expect?
I mean, clearly he expected it to be fixed, but it's like, I would not trust that. I don't know why you would trust that. There's no benefit. The risk versus the reward is just not worth it. Like, if it worked, and if he was right, what, he would have looked cool and confident, like, I knew it was right, of course they fixed it. And the risk is, you fucking lose a finger.
Yeah.
Woe to Elon's business ventures. Cybertrucks keep getting pulled over.
I have a phone call. One sec.
Okay. Cybertrucks keep getting pulled over by the state patrol where I am. Lob said Core likes being insulted by foxes. Global says a lot of things, Violet. Smooth brain. Tesla Bros as dumb as Elon. They just want Elon to kiss their boo-boos. I like manual close trunks. They don't break your fingers or bug out. Door closes, locks done. Am I wrong? I think you are wrong. I don't think she particularly likes how mean Sapphire is. I think she just likes that Sapphire works and has a personality. and she is not done tweaking it. We can test it. Core use my music. She uses one of the songs. I think I remember talking to her about it, and she said there was a reason she doesn't use the other one, and it's on her end. She just hasn't set it up yet. But she plans to. Excuse me. Wow, one of my masterpieces. It'll get there, Violet. I promise you. I don't promise you, actually, because that's not my call to make. And I have learned that lesson before, where it's like, oh yeah, I think this person will do that, and then they totally don't. Okay, I'm done being mean. Oh god, back in Cataclysm, I had a raid group, and my friend wanted to join, and he was a tank, and we were like, oh, we already got 2 tanks. Do you DPS? And he's like, no, I basically only tank. And we were like, well, we don't have a spot for you. And it was like, you can join the guild and like hope a spot opens up, or, you know, you could set up a second run. You know, a lot of us would join with alts, and he was like, yeah, I'll set up a second run. So this tank friend, he sets up like an alt run for the guild. A lot of us go, and there's a few people that are like, it's their first raid group. It is very clearly the B team. The A team is doing heroic. The B team is like 3 of 10 normal. And then a tank in the first group leaves. And this is after he's been setting it up for a month. And they asked me like, hey, do you think he'd want to join and tank for the main group? I was like, I don't know. He's the type that would be like, you know, he set this up. He's going to feel like loyal to it. He's going to feel like he's committed. I don't think he'll go for it. Well, we'll ask him anyway. And they're like, hey, Saki, would you want to tank for the main group now that a spot's open up? We know this kind of derails your alt group, but, you know, we need a tank, and we'd like to have you. And he's like, oh yeah, I'll do that in a heartbeat. Fuck this other group. I've always wanted to tank with you guys. I fucking hate putting the other group together. And I'm sitting there going, what? I thought you would. Oh god, okay. I mean, yay, it works out, but that is not the answer I expected from him at all. Was that all my stories? I really didn't have any stories. It's hard to collect them now. Because before, when I woke up at like 6 or 7, I had like, you know, 2 hours to like just collect stories. And now it's like, I have some time from the day before, but I don't have like that time right before stream when all the stories are like, you know, they've just happened. That's when like that's when I'm going to get the most stories. Because anything that's happened in the morning, I'm not going to get yesterday, right? And so now I'm waking up at like 8:20. It's like, oh god, I have no time to collect stories. To be fair, collecting story just ends with only 1/3 of them read because chat interactions. Most of them at least get covered. I'll at least like bring them up. Sometimes nobody seems to care about them, so we'll move on to another one pretty quickly. But sometimes we'll like get through the walk, and it'll have been so just like locked in on one topic that we'll get to the end and it's like, I had 20 stories today and we talked about 2 of them. I guess that I get to save some for tomorrow. Yeah, today I had, there were 2 I didn't cover. There were 2 that I saw in Daily Dose of Internet yesterday. There was a guy that put concrete wheels on his car. Which obviously not very effective.
No.
But you know, for the Flintstones joke, it was funny. And then a student went to prom in a casket. So literally for this high school prom, a hearse shows up. The dad pulls a casket out the back so that it's like tilted, opens the casket, and this fucking goth chick steps out, and it's like,
That's awesome.
Fucking hell yeah, girl. Hitting someone would have greater consequences. Thank you for disagreeing with me by proving my point. What? That... You said only 1/3 of them read because of chat interactions. And then I said there's 2 that I didn't read. What do you mean I proved your point? Living your best life? Yeah, all the stories I had today. Concrete Wheels, Prom in a Casket, the WoW Classic Shop is now open, Ring Door Scam, Risk of Rain Hostile Worlds, Cybertruck Coolant Links aren't covered by warranty, the Aurora Borealis, apparently people don't like The Rock anymore, Core VR Chat, and we went to Metroid, Windmill Map, Childhood Memories, and Moonlight Forest, and then Eurovision Netherlands Representative Band. Those are my stories for today. Ah yes, one day disproves the other 296 days. Well, technically we only started doing the stories around day 200. I don't remember when they started. But I typically go through all of them. I usually do Icy Fire. But yeah, the Aurora had a bloom near my town, middle of Washington. I was told I was in the bloom and could see it. I didn't want to go outside. I think stuff like that is cool, but like outside was hot. There was a lot of bugs. All the bugs are waking up, and I'm really not eager to ever go outside. I got my camera ready for photos tonight. iPixel. So I didn't even go like try to look at it. Instead, I was playing VR chat with Core and then V-Rising with Voss. I had like 3 people message me. They're like, "Did you go see it? Did you go see it?" And I was like, "No." And they're like, "Oh, that's so unfortunate." I was like, "And I didn't see it because I chose not to go see it." Nope. I choose the dumbest hills to die on just for contrarian sake. Therefore, I'll disagree just to be a menace with no legs to stand on. Okay, Icy Fire. Okay. Where is my ghost? I saw him earlier. And now I don't see him at all. Oh, you're over there, I see. Thank you, Raph. Hi.
I was doing something physical early this morning,
Good.
but then I passed out.
Hell yeah. Okay, Elon just wanted to do something nice with you for a change. What do you mean? What do you mean by that? I'd drag you out to go looky. I'd be mad about that, Ellie. Yeah, a lot of people drove out of the light pollution to go watch it. Oh, there's Pixel. Hi, Pixel. Best part of the stream. Sleepy alpaca. It's almost weird not seeing Pixel with a stretched nose. No, we're not gonna stretch your nose.
What the fuck?
I didn't stretch your nose.
What's wrong with you? Thought about it.
Do you want me
It's
to
like
stretch
thinking
it?
about kicking puppies.
No, it's not. Don't compare
Yeah.
yourself to puppies.
I am.
You're not innocent and harmless like they are.
I'm innocent.
No. Not no. In fact, for that, you're getting your nose
I didn't say
stretched.
harmless. But
I don't know, you can't teach puppies. At what age can you start teaching dogs? Because, like, yeah, teaching puppies is kind of hard, right? They gotta be, like, 6 months old, or... I don't know, they're still a puppy at that point. Pixel should be taller than Yulin. Not soon enough for a politician's gun? Jesus. The craziest thing about that story to me... I mean, well, the craziest part is that she actually did it. But apparently her editor was like... you really should take this part of the story out. And she was like, no, it's important. And they're like, you are going to get a bad reaction to this. There are few things people dislike as much as shooting a puppy. And you are not going to get a positive reaction for this. This isn't going to show that you make hard decisions. This is going to show cruelty. And that's the takeaway people are going to have from this. And she was just like, nope. The story stays. They need to know. And so it stayed in. And the editor is
Talk to
just...
the people.
The editor is just sitting there going like, I fucking told you so. I literally told you so.
Let me talk to the people.
She said the people need to hear this. You're at 150 days, Ellie.
They need to hear this.
151 days. I can't believe you keep getting Ellie in trouble like that. That's messed up.
Ellie is so cute. What?
You know what I think it is?
You're cute.
I think you just want Ellie to yourself to play like VTOL VR.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew it. I knew it. I'm getting so comfy. We gotta see who's live. We haven't gone to this person in a while. What are they playing? What the fuck game is this? Huh?
What game?
I don't know. They're in the games and demos category. Does their alerts say anything at all? No. Maybe we'll just ask them when we raid them. Maybe. No, this is their Twitch partner stream, not partner stream, but like group. Walking our way over. I don't know. I don't want to end yet. I'm having so much fun, but I'm just getting tired, and I don't have any talking points to fall on. I'm like, maybe I should then, but I don't wanna. I'm having fun. What are the plans today? I told somebody I would have a conversation with them. Not a bad conversation. They're just like, hey, I want to talk
After
to you.
stream.
And I was like, okay, I'll have time tomorrow. I need to get, oh god. I want to get a BDO video out. It might be the final BDO video, but I think it's going through the Black Desert. It'll be Sandgrain Bazaar to Valencia. And
That'll be a fun video. That'll be a fun video to walk through. I can sit there if I get to walk that video.
God,
On like a Saturday, I'll do like the dune walk.
I'm just the last 2 times I've run through the desert, I haven't run into any enemies or any players, and I'm really hoping that's how it goes this time.
Yeah, it's pretty empty. No one goes there.
Okay. It's just one of those, and like even if somebody is there and they kill me, it's not gonna be that big a deal. I just cut the video, walk back to my body, start walking again.
Well, most long-term players aren't gonna walk across the desert because there's a port on the other side, and you can just be a rich shit and just take a boat in. You can like sail your boat in, which would be a million times faster.
What's the point of calling it Black Desert Online if you're just gonna take a boat?
Because story-wise,
Because the Black
it's a very
Desert's very
important desert.
small. I don't know. It's very important, but I don't know what the story is. I pressed E on everything.
Have you been player killed while recording? I have never been player killed, but I've been fucking murked by NPCs and like monsters a shit ton. In WoW I can stealth, but some enemies have true sight and they can see through my stealth. In Final Fantasy is the easiest thing to record in because they cannot see you through the botanist sneak at all. You are fully stealth there. So that one's easy to record in. Although, players can see me. And so they will fucking like jump at me and look at me and be like, oh, you player walking? You role playing? What are you doing? And it's like, I'm trying to fucking record a video. Go away. Guild Wars 2 was the worst fucking thing. Because I have temporary stealth, but I don't have like a permanent stealth. I can't just like stay stealth forever. So if there's like mobs that attack me, I can stealth and walk past them. And then if there's a set of mobs that right after that, I'm like, well, I guess I just fucking get hit here. And then Guild Wars 2 is such a like action-oriented game about like dodging and like iframes and blocking that a lot of the NPCs like have knockbacks and like movement stuff to push you around, and so that just is so fucking annoying. Guild Wars 2 is easily the worst game I've done to record in. BDO Pixel fell asleep. BDO is about the same as Guild Wars, but the roads are empty. So like it's very rare that I get attacked on the roads. In all the videos I've done for BDO, I've only died like 5 or 6 times. Whereas in Guild Wars, it was like I was having to stealth past mobs 10 times a video. Do a low fam RP walkthrough old school RuneScape. Liffy is actually doing RP walking through leveling in Final Fantasy XIV. He's playing a character that's oh shit, it's the Breaking Bad character. It's Walker White. That's what it is. He's doing Walker White. And he's just leveling as a warrior through the story and dungeons, and he's just RP walking through everything. Guild Wars 2 also had NPCs awkwardly walking in front of you as well. Oh my god, I hate this so much. Did you ever play Guild Wars 2, Cairo? So in Guild Wars 2, they have dynamic quests. Instead of like a specific NPC having a quest, it'll be more like there's a town or like an area, and that just has like do stuff in this area and you'll get quest experience. So like kill all these enemies or water these flower beds. And you will you'll get quest experience for that. And so it's very like open and like you have a lot of choice in what you do to level up. But they will often have an NPC that kind of explains this to you. It's on the map and you can just mouse over it and read it. But a lot of the times, like you'll get to a new town and an NPC will like run up to you and they'll be like, hey, we're having trouble with ogres in the area. So like if you go kill ogres, that'd be a big help. Or you can like build up the retaining wall and like, you know, make it so that, you know, we're more prepared for an attack. Either of these things would really help us out. And so like you'll get to a town and if you're just running, this NPC like usually doesn't even catch up to you. People like don't know these things exist. If you're RP walking, they'll run up to you and then it doesn't know how to handle the speed you're going at. So they get like stuck walking in front of you, like stuck to a point, just like trying to stop to talk to you, but they're just walking in front of you. And so like what I had to do a few times was like either look above them because they were so small or just like stop and be like, get the fuck out of my
Oh my gosh.
Sometimes it resolved really quick. Like they'd walk in front of me, look at me and wave, and then I would like truck coon like walk through them. And sometimes they would just get stuck there for 20 seconds. And I'm like, get off my screen. Just get off me. Go away. Oh my God, dude. And like, it was so annoying. What I really should have done was like stopped and like, because if I stopped walking, then they know what to do. And then I could have like walked around them. But I didn't like think to do that until the end of the Guild Wars 2 videos. And I did not want to like go and redo all of them. I don't know how recording in Star Wars is gonna be. I don't think it's gonna be that bad. But just after Guild Wars 2, I just look at games to record. I'm like, I need stealth. Give me stealth. If it's an MMO, please give me stealth.
I'm trying to think of games that have like a first person mode that'd be cool to like walk in.
Almost every MMO lets you like scroll your camera in and hide UI. And then a lot of like single player games, if they don't have that, you can mod it in. And so I would love to do Skyrim, Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, Red Dead Redemption 2 for single player games. People want Fallout. Maybe. That'll be like long down the line. I kind of right now I'm at a point where like I'm trying to catch up on all these old games that I've played. I'd like to get to a point where for the most part I'm caught up with games. And then like an MMO comes out that has a stealth class. And so I play that and level up. And then I make videos of that. And I feel like, one, that'll be a lot less draining on my time. Because right now, trying to get a video out a day it's just a lot. And I usually don't get a video out every day. Two, I feel like it'll be a lot better for just YouTube searches. Because like if a new game comes out and people are looking stuff up about that video game, there's going to be a lot more eyes on the videos. Not many people are looking up BDO or Star Wars stuff right now.
Yeah.
RP walkthrough old RuneScape. RuneScape doesn't have first person global.
No, what's like the hot game right now?
I was seeing one that was getting attention. It's called like Renate or something. I'd have to look at the name. The problem with MMOs right now is that there's 1 million in alphas and betas and very few actually coming out. Trying to think what even was the last like MMO to come out, and God, was it New World? Which doesn't have a stealth
New
class.
World was like the last big one, yeah. It was like New World and Lost Ark kind of came out around the same time. But like Lost Ark really fell off because of microtransactions.
Yeah.
And then
Go ahead.
New World, I don't know, just no one talks about it. I don't know.
New World had a lot of game-breaking bugs, and it just seemed like every time they fixed one, 2 more came up. And by the time they got them all hammered out, it just felt like they had chased away the player base.
I just remember there was like a bug in New World at one point where it was like you could take more people into a dungeon. People were like, wow, I love being able to be in like a group this big. This is a lot of fun. I hope like the devs see this and they make like content out of it. And then everyone that did it got banned.
Yeah. There was another bug that was like you could dupe items on the auction house, so people were printing gold and ruining the economy, and they didn't roll that back at all. There was another bug where it was like if you open your menu while your mouse is active in another application, you didn't take damage in New World. So people were going into Battlegrounds and just immuning to damage.
Oh gosh.
It was just like one thing happens, they take a little too long to fix it, and then by the time they do, there's another one, and it was just like you got to be faster on this. And from what I understand, New World is not a bad game. It's in a good spot. It's just it it just was way too slow on fixing their stuff, and now it's gonna have this shit reputation of, oh, that buggy mess, and people that play New World, they're gonna be like, no, they fixed it long ago, it hasn't been a problem for a year, and it's like, well, that's what people remember it as. PSO is plagued by that. It's been out for almost 3 years, and people still call it oh, that's the game with the unstable servers, right? No, but yeah. I don't know. Maybe I walk in New World. The problem is it doesn't have stealth, so I'm like not super excited to walk in that one. I'd love to walk in WildStar. I need to find a private server for that one because that game is fucking dead. But if I could level a stalker up in that and walk through those zones, that would be an absolute blast for me, because that's probably my favorite MMO. It had a lot of problems, but for what it had, it was incredible. Oh. I forgot that it was Saturday. So my friends are doing their podcast today. The two of them that are talking about with League of Legends, the one that started the group and then the one that became a Talia main. They're both in this podcast. So we'll probably go there today. Oh, hey, that's the hair I used in my Maya avatar.
Cool.
Hi, Lamb. It's cool. I've never seen this podcast because it's always at my stream. I'm like, man. Aw, sweet man-made horrors beyond my comprehension. Person on your left.
Oh.
That's Ellie.
Ellie?
Pixel Ellie. I just clarified that. I hope everybody knows who Pixel is here. He's very consistent with his avatar. He's been showing up with the alpaca since day 50.
I'll keep the alpaca so you don't worry.
You can keep it, but you know,
Ending now.
if you wanted to change to something, you could. I can't fucking cuddle.
Please change.
Please change.
No, I can't believe Ellie's conspiring against me.
Look,
You could keep him on there somehow. You just get the files for him and throw him on there as a little follower or something on a normal avatar.
I think you could
Or a
also just
t-shirt.
use both, right? Like, you could have the alpaca that you show up to on stream or in public world, but then when you're cuddling people, switch to something better for cuddling. You know, that's
You
what
just
I would
wanna-
do.
Fuck.
I just want to what?
Can't believe you.
What? Clarify what you said. I just want to what?
Nothing. I'm too embarrassed to say it now.
Okay. You're getting your nose stretched for that.
Uh,
You got a droop snoot now. Ooh, may I cuddle on God if I can? Kimmy, your PC is broken and can't handle VR chat now. But if you downloaded it and showed up in desktop, yes, you could still cuddle.
Heard you wouldn't.
Sorry, I saw this freebie and I'm liking it.
I dare you.
An alpaca hoodie. So when you want it on, you can put the hood up and the alpaca head is the hoodie. That would be very cute. Pray, cope, and come that my backup PC works.
That should be the title of Kersey's autobiography.
Pray, cope, and come. Imagine showing up in desktop. Oh. Yeah, I see fire. Yeah. I just realized I've been scamming people. Oops!
Scamster.
I know. I forget when I switch avatars. You know what's the worst? I always remember to take it off when I'm switching. So I'll be switching out of the other avatar, and I'm like, oh, I gotta take this off. And then I'll switch into this one and forget to put it on. Icy, don't let him bully you. Oh, look, a distraction. Imagine playing VR chat and desktop. Who would do that? A lot of people do it, and it's fine.
I
It makes fun of
was straight to VR.
I
Desktop's always weird.
was also straight to VR.
Only
I got on for like 1 hour to look at worlds in desktop, and I was just like, nah, I got more than enough money. Bought a headset. My computer could not handle it, and so I immediately just bought a new computer. And so literally 1 hour in VR chat, and I spent like $2,500 to play in VR.
oh my goodness.
I was one of
Same.
those.
That's fair. There was a Spice and Wolf VR game, and I love Spice and Wolf.
Mm-hmm.
It was a Kickstarter, and I spent like $500 on this Kickstarter or something stupid. And I was like, why did I kickstart a VR game when I don't have a VR? I should probably buy one of those.
Incredible.
And so I bought one and I played it. It's great, but it's like an anime episode you watch for like an hour and a half, and that's it.
Oh, no.
I'm like, oh, that was great. Okay, now what do I do with this fucking brick that I spent $500 on? I was like, oh, that VR chat thing. That's the thing with the knuckles. I'll do that.
Mm-hmm.
That's free, low investment.
Yep.
It was not a low investment. Here I am, 5 years later.
VR chat, the most expensive free game.
Mm-hmm.
He makes fun of my lack of VR
Oh,
stuff.
absolutely.
I literally said it's okay to be desktop global. Lack of VR, lamb. I was wondering why VR...
Desktops are fine.
I was wondering, VR, do people just use the mic or something externally picking it up? It depends. So most headsets have a pretty good quality mic. The Vive Pro, what I use, has a dog shit mic. So I have a lapel mic magnetized onto the side of the headset. So I have it's a magnet base glued onto the side of the headset, and then a magnet base attached to the lapel mic, and those basically snap together. So I can take it off and on really easily. Hi, Nix.
A lot of people also get mod mics too.
I have gotten 2 mod mics, and both of them have since broken.
Yeah, but if you meet anyone that's like still running like an OG Vive in this day and age, their mic is so busted. It sounds like you're at like a McDonald's drive-through, and you have to be like, "What did you just say?" Like 3 times.
Yeah.
And it's just like, dude, I will literally give you $20 to buy a new microphone, please.
I find it funny sometimes.
I got an Antlion mod mic. It didn't work. I got a wireless Antlion mod mic, and the battery died.
Oh, it's okay, Farisu.
And
Oh no.
now I have just a like super cheap $12 lapel mic because I'm just like I cannot buy a third one.
It sounds
Just-
fine.
It sounds fine. It's a very awkward. It's very jerry rigged. It like, I had to like cut apart the wired Antlion mic that I had so that I could use the like stick on it and attach the lapel mic to the end of that. And then it's kind of in the way sometimes, and like I can't mute it. So both of the Antlion mics, they had a button on the side I could mute for things like sneezing. The Vive Pro mic, I have the button on the earpiece back here. The lapel mic, I just have to press the button in OBS, which is so hard when walking. So now you guys just hear all my sneezes. Hi, Archangel.
Hell yeah.
This Yulin guy. Has Cairo or anyone else in the lobby for that matter seen the remake for Spice and Wolf?
Yeah, I have. It's great.
Mm-hmm.
It's really good. I'm a big fan. I've read all the novels and stuff like that, and it's just like I'm glad it's like more faithful. So
Mm-hmm.
Big ups. Big ups. We love when things we love get remade because they fucked it up the first time. We love to see it.
You just using that statement as bait to say it's okay to be a desktop user, just not okay to be U global? Why would you think I would say that? That sounds really mean. I wouldn't say that at all. Oh wait, Nix, I just noticed Bits is not here. Bits stopped in earlier. They're probably playing Rabbit and Steel right now. Wait, I have an OG vibe. Jerry Rig, shake your head around Nealon. Bits be lurking. And I think about how Core's headset currently looks. Yeah, Core has the big screen beyond, and she is attached face tracking, or eye tracking and mouth tracking to it. And
oh, really?
it is just a soldered mess of like wires and oh god, it looks like a monstrosity.
Yeah, I have friends who've done that.
Mm.
The problem is like, you can't sleep in a thing like that. You'll fucking break it.
She's gonna. Do you see Hollow now stream like the Spice and Wolf character? No, I didn't.
Oh yeah, they did like a short stint VTuber thing
I didn't see that at all.
where it's yeah.
You're mean, Ewan Heart. What am I? How am I mean? Fucking get on, Nix. Probably going to work today. Or Sashi can break her equipment. It might break her, actually. She has a 3D printer, so she'll probably just reprint whatever she breaks. I work all weekend?
That's what I do.
I wish Nix would show up one day when he's not working. But they'll be like, oh, I can't wake up that early. Like, okay. I get it. Nix, hop on VR. It's time to sleep. Send mouse your shit. Send mouse your shit, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I've seen someone not with a streaming group stream as Asuna from SAO. Where are the legalities on that? Isn't there a copyright somewhere? It's a gray area. The moment they start selling merch, it's a fucking problem. But just like cosplaying the character, even though they're making money from it, I don't think it's actually that bad. Because
They probably could.
I've seen a lot of streamers who, you know, they make an avatar of an anime character, and they just like role play as that for a few weeks. And we have a friend, Eli Monty, who she literally does VA work, and she has a really, really good Suyu impression, the frog girl from My Hero Academy. And so she got a Suyu avatar, and was doing an impression of her for like a month straight. I don't think that's like not okay. I think that's totally fine and within the rules. I think if she started selling like Suyu merch, that would be a problem. I hope she would stream later so I could come see you. I miss you, Nix. When War Within happens, I'll see a lot more of you. If not before then. Roppy? I mean, there's the RP, but this person's entire channel was just love Roppy. I always miss you, Yulin. It's up for debate, Violet. Because at some point, they probably could. They probably could go after this person and be like, you're fucking, you know, using our brand. Fuck you. This guy, I'll see you in Northern. All he's going to do is delves, then log into Stardew. I'll show up to raids. I'll show up to raids also for Isu. I don't think I'll be playing Stardew as much then. Stardew is admittedly already, like, really taking a backseat. Now that V Rising's out, I am down to 1 a day. Which was the original goal with Stardew. Um, I I don't know. I'm kind of closing in on perfection, which is like, oh, maybe I can actually get this.
Nice.
I need to like. I'm not like closing in on it like I'm almost there, but I'm closing in on it that it's like it's starting to look attainable. I'm starting to get to a point where it's like I have access to every resource in the game. I'm at a point where I'm making a lot of money, and as I make more money, it's going to be easier to also make more money. I'm just getting to a point where it's like it's all coming together. You know what I'm actually struggling with? I need acorns. I need fucking acorns, and like I didn't realize how rare these were compared to the other seeds. So I'm trying to make mystic
Oh
trees.
yeah.
And I'm like, I'm out of acorns. I'm like, fuck, I have 1,000,000 pine cones and 1,000,000 maple seeds and 1,000,000 oak seeds, but I ran out of acorns. And so I'm trying to just grow just those trees now, just so I can shake them for acorns. It's not going as fast as I'd like, but you know, eventually I'll get to a point where I just have a huge chunk of those trees. I think they're oak trees that give acorns.
Yeah.
I'll just get to a point where I just have a ton of oak trees. So I'm getting a ton of oak seeds, which with that I'll get a ton of mystic trees, and that's the money-making tree.
The problem is you need a bunch of oak too for pine or for the oak resin to do the casks if you want to like do ancient fruit wine like crazy.
Mm-hmm. I'm already sitting on like 200 oak resin. I just haven't like taken the time to make the casks. I don't have the ancient fruit set up yet. I was really slow on that. And so anytime I get an ancient fruit, it's immediately going into a seed maker.
Yeah.
I'm
Oh no, on my playthrough, I'm the farmer, so our greenhouse is immediately just sprinklers and all like speed, like deluxe speed grow ancient fruit. Just get it going.
You probably know this.
Just get it going.
I did not know about Krobus selling on Fridays if it's raining. And so...
Oh, yeah.
I found that out. I was like, oh my god, rain totems are the fucking greatest thing ever. I understand now. And so... I got...
Yeah, you need them.
6 sprinklers.
Grabbed them because, during winter.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, keep your rain totems, because if you want to get married and it's wintertime, you're waiting until effing spring, because it doesn't rain in wintertime.
Mm-hmm.
It only snows, so.
Ancient fruit, star fruit, and gemberries in the greenhouse. Mm-hmm. In the 8-man playthrough, Den is like, hey, what are we doing with the greenhouse? And I was like, oh, maybe we split it like 8 ways so everybody just like has their farming section. And Den goes, oh, oops. And we go to the greenhouse and she's like already planted in half of the plots in the greenhouse. And we were like, we'll decide what to do with this later. I had Fusion's podcasts on the side, and it looks like they're winding down because they're watching pizza videos now, which means the podcast is done.
You took too long, mister.
No, but I was having fun.
You gotta pick somebody. Oh no, it's fine.
There's plenty of other people to go to as well.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, I don't know how many pizza videos they're gonna watch.
Stop yawning. All you did was walk. Oh my goodness.
Hi, Trogdor. Well, now I gotta go longer, because I think it was yesterday. Literally right as I ended, I saw in the offline chat, I just got here from Trog. I was like, oh, sorry. Bad. God, look how amazing that llama Avi is. Yeah, he's kind of like wedged into the pillow a little, and it's deforming his head a little bit.
Where's my...
Hi, Kiark. Hi, Goosebumps. Thank you for the follow. I think you mean improving his head a little bit. I don't know. It looks a little like pinheady right now. Okay. I am just chaining yawns at the moment. I think we go. Oh god, hold on. I'm gonna sneeze. I muted in time. What light on yonder
Good job.
Moogle breaks? Let's go to Hikari. Hikari's doing the games and demos. They're playing that game that I was like, Oh, this actually isn't even the same game they were playing earlier. Let's go over here to get a good view of the world. Somewhere comfy. Avier. Look at me. Look at how comfy that is. Wispy Woo's the goat. Okay. I need to find my mouse. Click this. Click this. Where's Chatterino? There it is. Adios, Yon. We gotta do socials and slash raid. I think it's Hikari VR. Yeah. Invalid username, Hikari VR. Okay. I need to reset Chatterino. That's what I really need to do. Because it's gonna work in OBS, but not in Chatterino. Thank you everybody for keeping me company. We did... Oh, I didn't update the title. I'm pretty sure it was 5.7 miles. I'll get up and check. It was 5.8 miles. Tomorrow will be Star Wars with Non-Dairy in the Discord. Today... Oh, I could have shouted out Foss last night. Foss will probably be playing V Rising tonight. And I'll probably be playing with him a bit also. But yeah. Thank you everybody for keeping me company. I love you. Bye.